very quickly. 63 for the low. Tuesday, plenty of sunshine, 83 degrees. Tuesday night, clear skies. How about 57? And Wednesday, sunny and 82. Not bad. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We've got sunshine now. It's 80 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Monday to everybody.
Happy Monday.
Still feeling weird. Still feels weird. It's like being gone for a week and then coming back and doing one show.
It also, from my perspective, it felt like a very long weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's positive or negative. I'm just saying today feels a little strange to me as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
How are you guys?
Normal.
What's that noise?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are turning. What was that dude's name? The old Cajun chef guy that used to do that?
Emerald?
No, there's another guy that's like
Emerald.
bearded dude. He was like, yeah, a little different than Emerald.
I think you're thinking of Sling Blade.
Yeah, you just put the chicken in there. We're gonna get that fond.
Famous Cajun chef.
No, there was another dude.
Who's the Cajun chef? This is
I don't
gonna
know.
drive
He
me
had.
I know,
nuts.
I'm really curious.
He had a thing for a little bit. This guy did.
Justin Wilson?
I don't know. I gotta look and see if it's this guy.
See, this is when AI,
Jared-
it's like, why do we even have AI if it can't tell me who the Cajun chef that
Could it be-
Kevin
Yes,
is
it was
referring
Justin
to is?
Wilson. It was that guy.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's good.
Now that I see his picture. That was him.
Who the hell has heard of Justin Wilson?
You've seen him. If you
Is he the guy in the front of the Spice?
he might. He does
No,
have a
that's
hot
Mrs.
sauce.
Butterworth.
He kind of looks like the Colonel.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. He's an older dude. Well, I mean, he's not with us anymore, I don't think. But
You know
I would
what
be shocked
you know
if he was.
you know what I heard about the Colonel over the weekend?
What?
Still alive?
There
Living
are
in
Colonel
Argentina.
truthers out there.
Living in Argentina?
Dave, you know this guy, the Justin Wilson guy. He's the guy that said, "I guarantee." He always said that. That was his catchphrase.
Yeah, Emerald.
No.
That's what Emerald said.
No, he says, I want those French fries.
That's all he makes.
With the Cajun seasoning.
What
you
did we
know?
learn about the Colonel?
He had one item that he hated.
Oh,
What was that?
Gravy.
really?
Huh.
He hated the KFC gravy.
Ooh, I like it.
Just the KFC one or gravy in general?
No, he hated his.
Really?
Yeah.
But other people liked it, so he left it.
Yep.
All right.
I like the brown gravy from KFC.
Yeah, it's like famously very good.
I like those mashed potatoes.
It's like they're like maybe the most popular thing they have there.
John says you're thinking of Paul Prudhomme.
I don't know if I am, but because the guy, like Chef Wilson's guys, they do that when I saw his picture, that's what I was thinking of.
Internet says you're thinking of Jared Chenevert.
The guy from Subway?
He had the big pants and he loved
had big
Cajun
pants.
food and he loved the Cajun food.
He's still in prison, right? Like, we didn't let him out.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be there like for forever.
Okay.
I don't think there's
Whew. Wanted to double check.
no one is gonna pardon. Like even if what he did hadn't been so horrible, like no one's gonna pardon Big Pants guy. Like if you fumble that bag, you're going away for life no matter what. Even if it was like shoplifting.
He's the one guy we can all agree on.
Yeah, he's the one guy. You look, no one ever does Subway Jared innocent. You know what I mean?
It's good. There are no.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
He
no,
doesn't have
like-
a GoFundMe.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
are no loose change movies out there maintaining that.
Yeah, like people throw all their support behind Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby, but no one's holding the flame for Subway Jared.
Well, I mean, no one, even before the revelations, no one ever watched him once and didn't comment on how much he looked like a pedophile.
Correct,
And so when
yeah.
we found out he actually was, you're like, okay.
Yeah, he was our least beloved sandwich spokesman.
Ooh, Andrew, he is not going to be there forever. His projected release date from federal prison is March 24th, 2029.
That's a millennial problem.
Whoa, that's not good. That's really soon.
That is really soon.
But that's parole, right? So he may not get. You got to be approved for that.
No, it says his release date.
Oh, release date. Oh, okay. I misheard. Ooh, that's troubling. That's all he got was like 10 years?
15 years, yeah.
That was that long ago?
He's
Wow.
just been doing his time, too.
Well, I mean, I'd stay quiet too, you know?
What else is he
Not exactly something you want to draw attention for.
I don't think Subway wants him back.
In Dave's defense, like Tiger King's always
Yeah, that's a
putting
good
up
point.
a big
Yeah,
noise.
that's
for
true.
prison.
Cole Burgers won't
Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah, you're right.
You make it. You know what? You make a good point.
A lot of these psychos are just like, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how bad we're going to mail this show in today? Our Sweet 16 today is the Sweet 16 of chicken.
I thought that was a good one.
I love it.
It's fun.
I think it's fun.
Ways to prepare chicken.
Why is that mailing it in?
I got some underdogs.
Yeah.
Under chickens.
I haven't
Yeah.
even started on my
Under
list.
chickens.
That's how much I know this topic. I'm like, I don't even need to write anything
No,
down.
this one's from the heart.
Yeah.
I'm in here like Bubba Gump, like
We all are. We're all like,
ham, chicken and dumplings.
This could lead to beef.
yeah.
Yes.
Chicken
I
often
hope
does
it
lead to
does.
beef. I'm always saying that.
My original idea was best thing to do with a pound of ground beef. Mm-hmm.
Chicken
But
is.
you backed off that one?
I said we're not ready for beef. We need to start with chicken.
Let's start with chicken. We'll work our way up.
We cannot brown the beef yet.
I had a moment this weekend. So, as I've said, as everyone knows, I'm a complainer. I like to complain. I just do. Shut up. And so I was just feeling all, and I'm watching TikTok incessantly, and I keep getting TikToks of Paul McCartney, and he won't stop talking about the Beatles. And you know how much I love the Beatles, and I'm finally like, I've had enough. Stop talking about it. Like, I get it. I saw it. I loved what you did. I can't take it anymore. It was just like, well, on the meta level, how's Rubber Soul different? Like, can you just enjoy something?
But nobody wants to hear him say anything except Beatles stuff.
Just stop talking.
I don't care what he
Hey,
thinks
tell
about
us
the war.
about all your crappy songs for the last 35
I don't want to
years.
ask him about the war in Iran. I want to ask him about Rubber Soul.
Yeah, you got to do the Chris Farley interview. Remember when you were with the Beatles? That's awesome.
Let me build off of this, Dave. Did you see he performed on SNL?
I did.
And then Will Ferrell was like playing the cowbell.
Mm-hmm.
It made me so angry.
Just
That's
making
dumb.
a joke out of it.
I just. Is it funny? Do we really think it's funny? It's like, hey, remember the cowbell? Yes, I do remember. I remember that. It's not the ultimate joke, but I am a curmudgeon, so whatever.
Yeah.
Also, that cowbell thing was
I mean, it's one of the funniest bits they ever did.
22 years ago.
I know.
I mean, it was funny when it happened, but it's like, I heard of the cowbell thing. We're going back to that well again? While Paul McCartney played, I don't know. I hated it, but I hate a lot of things.
I mean, you got to
so.
spruce up. I hate to say this, but you got to spruce up Sir Paul these days. He's not exactly like wowing crowds.
You have to add a little cowbell
And a little Will Ferrell, too.
to Macca. Yeah, I mean, I just did a whole thing on he needs to sit down. So.
Too far. Don't say that.
But I wouldn't think he's in need of Will Ferrell
Well,
by this point.
Was
Depends.
was he doing a bad job? Like, was the song going poorly?
I don't know. I just all of his songs are crap.
Well, yeah, no one's asking you about what you think of the Beatles.
Aren't
Kevin.
they? No, not the Beatles. He doesn't play the Beatles stuff, does he?
I don't think so.
Like, if he goes out and plays the Beatles, I think most people would be pretty thrilled by that. But I don't think he does. I think he plays his stuff, and he play the. Dave, when's the last time Paul McCartney put out a good song?
Probably temporary secretary back in 1980.
Temporary secretary.
It always comes back to that.
And look, I don't understand it, but I agree. Like, I just blame myself when I don't care about an artist who I've loved for decades. Paul McCartney, Foo Fighters. I listened to 15 seconds of the new Foo Fighters single. I'm like, nope. I don't know. I don't understand why. Again, like I said, I blame myself that my tastes have changed, or I've lost my taste and I don't care anymore about music or what have you. But I don't know. Everyone seems to have a season where you're good and then you kind of suck.
I said, I don't think that's a you. I think most bands, especially bands, but most artists just get stale after a while. It's not 100%, but it's pretty close to 100%. Didn't we talk about this? Like your shelf life is typically like 3 to 5 great albums. And then after that, it's just like, 3 to 5 I'm talking about the big boys. I'm not talking about just like your run of the mill bands that
3
come
to
in
5
for you.
is incredible.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the big ones, like the really top artists. They don't usually have much more than that. And the ones that do are the ones that stand out. Those are the legends.
Stryper had a few more than
Stryper,
that,
yeah.
but,
To Hell with the Devil was a
yeah.
big hit. I think that's the only one they had.
Yeah, I don't know if we just can't take it, as fans, just admit it.
You mean
that they're not good?
Oh, good question. I don't know.
After a certain period of time?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he obviously has loyal enough of fans that they're buying his. He's not going to take a loss on this stuff, I don't think.
That's a good point.
So, I mean, he clearly has quite a few people who are going to purchase and support anything he does. And that's great. Like, that's great for him. But if you really liked him when he had his time in the sun and he was at his most culturally relevant, like, I think it is fair to say, 40, 50 years after that, you've kind of lost your taste for what he's doing.
It's pretty amazing, though, because it would be like when I was 40 having Glenn Miller, who I think was dead. But, again, no one would have cared.
No.
Other than the fact that, oh, my God, he's alive. But
right.
No one would have been like, and he's going to play SNL. Who cares?
Right.
Now we're just being dark. Here, okay. Andrew, I almost texted you. Over the weekend, I tried watching Project Hail Mary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about halfway through. I understand that's only half, but oh my God, I hate it so much. Like, did you hate it?
No, I loved it. No, I thought it was great. I read the book and then I saw the movie and I liked.
What did you not like about it?
I liked all 4 halves.
Was it Ryan Gosling?
Okay, I'm neither charmed or dismayed by Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
He's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
The humor in it is more like someone keeps poking me in the shoulder, and I'm tired of them poking me in the shoulder.
Okay.
And we've already gone through my whole thing about baby Grogu and stuff, and I'm just not enticed by the cuteness of it. So the Rocky, the alien, I'm just like, okay. Again, I'm gonna blame myself until I have a reason to blame them.
What if Baby Gorko was in Project Hail Mary? That's what we need.
That would save everything.
What was the last movie you liked a lot?
Ghost of Mr. Chicken, 1966. I don't know. It's a fair question.
I think maybe there's just a thing about the way they make movies these days that you just don't care for. Like, I see a lot of people go through that, especially people like around my age, like my wife really goes through it, with like clothes. Just hates all of the clothes that everyone makes now. And so it's very hard to find clothes because she just despises everything that any company makes in the year 2026. And I think you might have something similar to that with movies.
Could be.
Maybe less so with TV, but maybe with movies, there's just something about the way that movies are made now, because they are made differently. There's they're very different things than they were back in even the 2000s or the early 2010s.
Well, there aren't many things in life that I would stand up out of my seat and go, hey, I know something about this, but I feel like I know something about entertainment and something about being funny and when humor works and when it doesn't. And so I kind of trust myself on that. And again, halfway through the movie, it could pull it back around. But just the use of humor in an annoying way is just, I don't understand that.
It's a bit, the Goslingness of it is a bit cloying.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit. He does some things that
It feels like it needs yakety sax in the back.
Do you feel? And I know nothing about the movie, but do you feel like the humor is too predictable? Because that's
it's the
how
same note.
Okay, because that's how I feel about like
over.
I just stopped watching anything Marvel because everything was like it's like you're just doing the same thing over
Ryan
and over.
Gosling is doing a more messy-haired junior high science teacher, Ryan Reynolds, like flippity-dee, flippity-doo, and you're like, oh,
I can see how that would be annoying.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm probably gonna see it when it comes to streaming and stuff. But why is a junior high science teacher tasked with saving the galaxy?
Well, now, Kevin, now you're just talking about the plot of the film. Like, that's...
Oh, well, you know,
just
that
watch
minor detail.
For that one, it's like, just watch the movie, big dog. But no, I mean, I'll tell you if you want me to tell you.
Yeah, tell everybody.
Don't be a spoiler. Yeah, don't be a spoiler.
Yeah.
You can spoil it to me later.
Yeah, like the movie's was just released to purchase. Like I don't know if we should be.
Yeah, no spoilers. No, definitely
it's been
not.
Out 2 weeks.
Yeah, no spoilers.
But no, I thought the humor worked, but it is the same type of humor, right? Yeah. You're not going to get all the styles in the textbook of comedy. You're going to get the one note. And if you don't like the one note, you're not going to like the next note either.
I think I'm having a problem lately with fiction.
That could be too.
You know?
I'm telling you, I think it might just be because you haven't liked most new movies.
Know how everyone's dad ends up dying with a book about World War II in their lap? Like maybe I'm becoming like that for entertainment.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Story, today, and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal, or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Story Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
As dads, it's our job to capture as many memories with our kids as possible. It's also our job to embarrass them, and if we're lucky, we get to do both. That's why I'm thankful my son created Legacy Box, the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos.
And I'll never recover from the time you showed up to my middle school dance to disco in front of everyone. Thanks, Dad. But he's right. Simply fill your Legacy Box with your old VHS, camcorder tapes, film reels, and photos, and we'll do the rest.
And in just a couple of weeks, you'll get your originals back, along with a DVD, thumb drive, or cloud delivery. Stuff that even an old man like me can figure out.
Plus, for a limited time, we're offering a special Father's Day sale.
Go to legacybox.com/radio to get an incredible deal. Buy today to take advantage of this limited offer. Go to legacybox.com/radio
to get started and save.
legacybox.com/radio.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
How's business?
Good. Are you up to speed with the new beneficial ownership reporting requirements?
Sort of. What's it about?
It's a new initiative to help fight crimes like money laundering, fraud, and drug trafficking. A lot of small businesses like ours just have to report some basic info to the federal government about the real people behind them.
Reporting your company's beneficial ownership information is quick, secure, and free, and it helps protect U.S. national security. Learn more at fincen.gov/BOI.
Spring is here. Hi, this is Tim Gamma.
And I'm Tom Gamma.
When it comes to tree care, call the name you can trust. Gamma Tree Experts, founded by our dad, Frank Gamma, in 1954.
Frank will be 91 this year, and the third generation of Gammas have joined the business.
Call our team of certified arborists to inspect your trees and shrubs today. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. Now in our 72nd year.
For pruning, fertilization, and removal, call Gamma Tree Experts today or visit us at gammatree.com.
Your trees deserve the best care.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. People online debating what kind of humor is in Project Hail Mary or not. And again, only seen half the movie, so I will reserve judgment. But so far, I would call the humor annoying. Just annoying. Just getting on my nerves.
I would say Janelle's accurate in that it's cute. It's very cute.
Cute lives right next door to annoying.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
For sure.
It is a fine line. Because I think Grogu is cute, but I see why people think the whole focus on him is annoying. I get it.
Oh, it's Phil Lord is the director.
Yeah, it's a Lord and Miller.
Oh, okay.
A Lord and Miller joint.
Okay, there you go.
And that's their thing.
That's kind of filling in some blanks.
Yeah.
And I like those guys, but it's filling in some blanks.
What else did they make?
It's Phil Lording and some
The
blanks.
Lego movie, right, Andrew?
Lego movie. They didn't direct it, but they were a big force behind Mitchell's versus the Machines on Netflix, which is excellent, very, very fun movie. Highly recommend. Let's see what else. They were the original people before Ron Howard that were working on Solo, and then Ron Howard took it over, and that's when everybody says it went down the toilet. Apparently their version was super good and fun, but they got fired by Disney for reasons I do not remember.
Disney's having some troubles.
They can't decide what they want from some of their, I think, biggest properties.
Well, when it comes to the Star Wars thing, for too long they've not had people in charge that are fans that get it.
And the Marvel stuff has kind of, I think it ran its course, but they didn't want to acknowledge that they ran its course. And the people that, part of what made Marvel so successful was that they had not just good actors, but they had really brilliant creatives behind the scenes that were working on these movies and making them good. And a lot of those people kind of stopped caring or stopped wanting to be involved so much. And then, of course, you had your character of Jonathan Majors, who was going to be like the main bad guy for the next saga. And then you had to hard pivot after having him in a couple movies and TV shows, because he beat up his girlfriend, so allegedly or whatever. And so they cut ties with him, and so now they had to rebuild from the ground up, and it was one of those things where they're just who can we get? Well, Robert Downey Jr. is still over there. Let's get him and let's have him be the bad guy now. And it's you know what I mean? It's just it's very floundering. I think it's very just kind of waving your.
Well, I mean, we'll see if Doomsday is actually good or not, but
it could be great.
Part of the problem is I think this ties into our conversation about Paul McCartney and musicians. At some point, everything runs its course, but when you have these big intellectual properties, Star Wars, Marvel, whatever, they're going to milk it. They're going to keep milking because they paid a lot of money to get those rights, and that's where you start to see it get watered down. Because it's not just coming from a place of, this is awesome, we have a great story to tell. Now it's coming from a place of, hey, we paid a lot of money for this crap. We need to make some money on it.
Which is not understandable.
No, it's understandable, but it's also part of what can cause people who love those franchises to be like, dude, what are you even doing?
Mm-hmm.
the thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Most sellers put their home on the market and they just wait to see what happens. Well, I'm Kevin Wheeler, and I'm here with Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And Gloria, is there a better way to sell?
There is. Instead of listing your home the traditional way and hoping for the right buyer, I can get you up to 8 competitive cash offers right from the start. That means you're not guessing what your home might sell for. You're looking at the real offers and choosing the one that works the best for you. It also helps you to set the right price and create stronger demand if you decide to go to market. It gives you control, leverage, and a clear path forward before you accept just any offer. And remember, I'll guarantee to sell your home at 100% of the market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Before you sell your home, see what your options are. Call the one that I trust. That's Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
Muni tickets for 2026 are on sale now, featuring Hairspray, Shrek the Musical, South Pacific, Disney's Newsies, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, Meet Me in St. Louis, and Something Rotten. Choose your seats now at muni.org.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
It's a good-looking Monday afternoon, thanks to a little backdoor cool front coming through this morning with the unsettled weather. Partly sunny skies, 86 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 63. Tuesday, plenty of sunshine. Going to notice a little drop-off in the humidity, 83 degrees. Tuesday night, spectacular, clear, and 57. And Wednesday, sunny and 82. Very quiet weather pattern. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy for Team Renner here, America's oldest family-owned garage door company, serving both wholesale and retail markets. Free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door.
RENNER.
It's 1:30. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At EasyCater, we believe every workday gets better with great food. The 9 a.m. staff meeting? How about breakfast burritos and lots of coffee? Big client presentation at noon? Let's do Mediterranean bowls. Accounting's gotta work late. Keep them pepped up with spicy noodles. With EasyCater, you get a huge variety of favorite restaurants with tools to help meet dietary needs and stay on budget, all on one platform. So make every workday better with EasyCater. Start an order at easycater.com.
Spring cleaning rule number 1, out with the old, in with the new. And frankly, your family's old internet connection is a dinosaur. Upgrade to the 1 gig modern family standard from i3 Broadband. It's 100% true in-home fiber with equal upload and download speeds, so your teenager's gaming won't crash your video call. Even better, we're currently offering our longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. Say goodbye to exploding promo prices and hello to budget certainty. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right.
Hey Missouri, it's game time. Start betting like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high limits, player-friendly pricing, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie at circusports.com. The action starts now, Missouri. Experience the difference with Circus Sports. Bet like a pro.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Today, the Cards, the Rangers.
Ameren Total Access 550. First pitch 6:45.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Monday. 4 p.m. Make sure you stay until then or come back because it's a Sweet 16 of chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Rachel is so confident she's pulling a wheeler. She's not even show prepping.
I don't need to.
Not for this category.
Why study when I wrote the book?
Yeah, yeah, good. I like that, Rach. Good call.
You know what I always say? Why study when you wrote the book? That's what I always say.
Good call, Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. I got a whole list of chicken dinners here.
We're going to hear this from Kevin every week now as his excuse for why he's not doing any prep.
I know
Well,
this
sometimes
topic
the excuse
inside
is
and
I
out.
wasn't told what it was until 15 minutes before we do it.
Uh-huh.
Don't act like that ain't happened.
2 out of maybe 200?
200?
Sweet 16?
You think most of these need research?
I would argue yes.
No.
I would argue it's actively disrespectful to the show to not do any research.
For a list of movies?
All right, Kev.
What's San Diego chicken?
I'm sorry I've been dragging down the Sweet 16, Andrew. I'll quit.
Sorry, I had to address something else that I was doing.
That's going to be a new line.
We're all having 5 different conversations.
I had to address something else. Sorry, guys.
I had to talk to Tammy.
Want to hear a really creepy thing? You may have to Google this yourselves to understand it because I'm not going to explain it well. But there's new research that brain doctors are doing or want to do where they take your brain as soon as you die, and because there's no electricity running through it, they're pretty sure you're not there, but there are parts of your brain that stay alive and they can put it on life support, and they can do things like test Alzheimer's drugs.
Oh.
Which I find very creepy because I would want to be really, really sure that no one's there. You know, like so many things about the brain. And if it's on life support to the point that drugs affect it and you can measure it, and is this helping the Alzheimer's or hurting the Alzheimer's and such? Like, I'm all for research, but
So they're saying like the consciousness part of you that makes you is gone.
Yes.
But physically we can still run these tests.
Yes.
So it would be like keeping a heart beating even though the
Pretty
person
much.
wasn't still alive.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I thought so.
Very interesting.
Do you see that? Boy, this tells you something about the entertainment business. Byron Allen, who I haven't been able to stand him for decades. He's the billionaire that used to be on Real People when I was a kid, and he's made billions of dollars by being a comedic hack and basically being like the, I don't know, 5 and under for comedy. And so he sold them his Comics Unleashed to replace Colbert. Look, I wasn't a big Colbert fan either. I wasn't giving him any quarter hours, wasn't watching late night. But I'm offended that they're replacing it with that. Their ratings are down 85%, but they say that they're going to go from losing $40 million a year to making $15 million a year, which I don't doubt. That's probably true.
Man, was Colbert's show really that expensive to produce?
Remember when he got in
That's what they
trouble?
say.
When he got in trouble, they said that they are even with good ratings, they lose money because the staff everything is so expensive to produce it. Which
How?
That's exactly. You're not using like special effects artists. You're not building big sets. You're telling jokes.
I mean, how many
and
writers
interviewing
did
people?
they
How can
have?
it cost that much money to do that? I don't understand.
Yeah, because didn't they stopped doing musical guests after a point, right? So they wouldn't have to pay royalties for that? Or am I thinking of another show?
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, like an interview show with a stand-up at the beginning shouldn't be overly expensive to produce, right?
They were probably just overpaying people. I mean, I
or,
hate to,
or maybe just a large staff, or I don't know.
yeah, I hate to say like large staff paid well as like a negative.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to argue that either. I'm just
like, yeah, I hate to even like say it like
I would
that.
think
but
that format of a talk show led by a big personality telling jokes and doing interviews, I would think inherently that would be an inexpensive thing. You're not paying for any of the guests. They're coming on for free to promote whatever they're doing.
You're basically describing the DGS.
I mean, it has to
and
be
it's just
big,
4 of us.
big writing staffs, production staffs.
Yeah.
I think the writing staff may have been too big because you shouldn't need. I mean, Colbert himself is a funny guy. You shouldn't need 14 people working full time to write him jokes. I don't know.
I mean, maybe it does take more than that. I mean, look how many hours they put it on Saturday Night Live a week, and they've been doing that for how many years? Where they basically work 6-7 days straight and late nights and all that just to put together the show. But that is a little different thing.
Well, and I think they do that as a badge of honor more than
maybe,
anything
right.
else. Because they're producing so many sketches that then they just cut.
Right.
It's part of it.
Right.
Oh, look at how important we are. Look at how hard we have to. We have to be here until 3 a.m. Well, no, you don't, actually. Yeah. This is how you guys are choosing to do it.
That's true. Mm-hmm. And they all sit there and party.
Yeah.
Kev doesn't even research a Sweet 16, and he's pulling this stuff off. Just want to start another fight between you guys.
But that actually does kind of make a good point in that what Kevin was describing when he was describing, the format of the Colbert Show is very similar to the format of this show right here. And we do it with just 4 of us.
And we do it for 4 hours a day, not 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think you're right. I think that kind of makes the point.
It feels like they could have gotten it done for cheaper. And if CBS was letting the show lose $40 million a year, well, that's... CBS ought not...
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Oughtn't to not have done that.
Yeah, I've not heard anyone really push back and say, no, we were making $40 million a year. So I'm going to guess that's somewhere, pretty close. But yeah, we can all bitch about the world today. I can definitely bitch about the entertainment world today and how corporate things are and how no one cares anymore about is someone good, are they talented, are they smart, are they funny, are they making a difference? It's just what do they bring in, what are we paying them? But if you're losing $40 million a year after year, sure. You're going to have to make some kind of change.
I mean, at some point, you got to think the company's going to want to change.
You don't have to bring in Byron friggin' Allen.
No, that's...
But you don't have to bring the humor of the world down.
What's Comics Unleashed? What is the show?
It's the worst cringy show you've ever seen.
Is it like stand-up?
It's just a bunch of comics, and there's a little table discussion, and everything's hilarious and just knee-slappy and stupid.
And this is on instead of the Tonight Show?
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's fascinating to me that the message seems to be we can't do a good talk show without losing $40 million a year. That seems ridiculously odd.
Well, I'm not sure, though. I don't know what the ratings were like, but I just don't think anything has the ratings that it used to.
No, it doesn't. Nothing does.
We're in a time of change. Like Andrew said, because I didn't like the first half of Project Hail Mary. Well, maybe you don't like modern day movies. And I wanted to push back on that, but I have to make room for that. Think maybe things are changing. And I don't like the way they're changing, and it's imperceptible or at least subtle, and I'm not noticing it. But, yeah, everything's going to change. I'm shocked they still have, sitcoms on CBS.
I know.
With, laugh tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a 3-camera shot kind of thing.
I'm blown away every time I hear it. I hear, a laugh track in 2026. It's there's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it will eventually go away because the people that enjoy it probably aren't the younger generations.
Won't that be fascinating?
Yeah.
If we live to be 90, what's on our television screen in the nursing home?
Well, think about what was popular before we were really the TV consumers. When you think about the 40s, 50s, 60s, but from TV, 50s, 60s, and even early 70s, what were the most popular TV shows? It was variety shows, right? Who does variety shows?
Yeah.
Anymore, I mean. Nobody's going to have a juggling clown followed by the Beatles and then followed by, whoever. Was it, what was that guy's name? The famous stand-up, the Lenny Bruce. You're not going to have that kind of show right now.
Unless, I keep saying that someone's going to come out with a classic 1990s radio morning show, like a morning zoo kind of thing, and all the kids are going to be like, genius, oh my God.
They're going to rename it.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say I could kind of foresee a variety show making a
I could too
comeback.
Yeah,
in some way, like maybe not exactly the way
as
that
long
it
as you
used
feel
to be.
like you
but
made it up.
yeah,
As long as you think it's yours.
mm-hmm. I mean, you see the popularity. You don't think so, Rach?
Well, why were they popular back then?
They had nothing else.
I was going to say that because it was nothing else. Yeah.
Well,
the
that
only
was
place
your
to see
only
that.
exposure to these new things. Was like that's how you learned about Lenny Bruce. Was he was on that variety show. Then once it became easier to seek out comedians that you liked, and everyone was putting out their comedy album, like that starts to peter off because people just have the power of choice, and they're gonna go down the path that they want to go down. They're not necessarily going to, we just don't have the monoculture that we used
Right.
to.
Yeah.
And I think
100%.
that's why it's these late night shows are becoming less and less relevant because it's like, how do you speak to all of America? America is so diverse. There's so much diversity of opinion and thought. And the things that bond us are typically like internet moments that we share on social media.
Yeah.
No,
I laugh
you're
way
right.
more at TikTok stuff than I laughed at Stephen Colbert ever.
Well,
and I don't
yeah.
have any beef with Stephen Colbert. I didn't think it was as funny as some of the stuff I see on TikTok.
Radio, and in particular music radio, had it so good for so long because they had these deals. And I'm not saying anything nefarious. I loved growing up this way. They had these deals with the labels. I remember even in my day and age, seeing them come in and talk to the PDs of Casey and The Point and stuff like that. And they really cared. And we want you to play this one, but not this one. And that's where we heard our new music. Then we would go out and we'd buy albums and we would go to shows. And it all seemed to make sense. And now it no longer makes sense to me, but that's because I'm living in the middle of the world changing.
Right. I saw that it's actually close to a thing that I saw the other day. Essentially, Dave, like you and I, our generations, people in their 50s and 60s, have lived two completely different worlds.
Yeah.
The pre-tech explosion and the post-tech explosion, and we've kind of split it down the middle. And we knew what the world was before. We lived that. You didn't have cell phones, you didn't have cable TV, no satellite, no internet, we lived that, and now we're living the other, and we're living it long periods of time. I'd say probably 30 years, my first 25 years mostly without most of this stuff. And then the last 25 to 30 have been with this stuff. And it's like two different worlds that we've both been in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Gotta be honest with you. How many generations have had basically two completely different worlds during their lifetimes?
I'm going to be Wheeler here.
Like day-to-day worlds, not like...
Maybe most. I mean, like you look at my mom, born in 27, so she went from the Wright brothers to the space station.
Yeah. Well, she had the same as us. Probably didn't embrace the tech as much, but like she had that same thing because she was alive for all the time we were up until recently.
Yeah, bad example. I'll tell you guys about my friend Ben Barnett. He's the owner of Timberline Professional Tree Care. There are a ton of tree services out there, and I didn't know this until Ben told me, but he has certifications. He is one of the very few board-certified master arborists in our region. We also have 7 other certified arborists on our staff, but you don't have to have any sort of certification at all. You just have a pickup truck and a little magnetic sign on the side that says Dave's Tree Service, and you're in business. Be very, very careful because not only can companies out there ruin your trees, but they can injure themselves. They can sue you. It's just like, my old days as an attorney, I'm telling you, be super, super, super careful when you're dealing with people that are going to be up on your roof or, trimming trees or things like that. They have these programs where if you're like in Webster or Kirkwood and you have this one tree that you absolutely love, it's 100 years old and it makes the whole neighborhood, they can just take care of that one tree and just do everything that you need. Of course, when storms blow through, if you think that your tree needs trimmed, if you think that it's just not looking the way that it's supposed to look, but you don't know anything about it because why should you? You're not an arborist. Great people, great business. If you can hear the sound of my voice, we'll come out and we'll take care of you. STLtreecare.com. That's for Timberline. My friend's name is Ben Barnett. STLtreecare.com.
Feel the rhythm and turn it up, St. Louis. Legendary rock icons Santana and the Doobie Brothers are bringing the heat to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater June 20th for the Oneness Tour 2026. From Black Magic Woman to Listen to the Music, this is the concert event fans don't want to miss. It'll be a summer night soon not forgotten. Santana, the Doobie Brothers. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, go to KMOX.com/events.
The road to the United Bowl starts here. Your St. Louis Battlehawks have clinched the playoffs and earned Dome Field advantage. Playoff football is coming back to St. Louis, Sunday, June 7th at 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at UFLBattlehawks.com. United, we battle.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
The reason many of us hate insurance companies is because some of them act like bullies. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been dealing with these creatures my whole career. Whether it's a workers' comp claim, an auto accident, or a nursing home or medical mishap, the playbook is often the same: deny and delay. We became the largest injury firm in America for a reason. We fight the bullies. They know who we are, and I know it makes a difference for our clients. Just go to forthepeople.com and see our results and our verdicts after those bullies gave us their final offer. Hiring the wrong firm can be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. It's easy to get going. Visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer, or call us on your cell at Pound Law, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
With summer here and the kids home full-time, your garage door will see a lot more use. Do it a favor with annual maintenance from Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. The 26-point tune-up is one price for up to 3 garage doors and openers. Get them all done. Trusted in St. Louis for 100 years. Always look for the genuine, the original Red Ribbon of Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Since 1926, they're never going to steer you wrong. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM KMOX. Glover Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. We have our friend Lawrence Maroney coming up after the top of the hour break, and all kinds of stuff, including the Sweet 16 of chicken.
Yay.
Kind of apropos, wrapping up this last hour of the world's changing, angsty. I kind of hate people, right? I'm kind of a curmudgeon. But I wrote down in my show sheet last week, I hate people, but I tend to like the ones I meet. And we've said things like that before.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the last time I met a real human and walked away and said, I don't like that guy. I typically do. However, if you ask me what I think of people, I'm like, can't stand them. They've never been worse. Oh my God, they're so annoying on my television and on my phone. And I think that's true as well. But I think that's an interesting demarcation to make, and says a lot about the world and says a lot about me.
Does it say more about the individual, like you or me or whoever else that feels that way, or does it say more about how we don't always present our true selves when we meet people?
Boy,
think about how we drive. Because we don't act like that face to face typically. And the people that do get shunned really quick. Like if you act like a lot of people drive, you won't have anybody wanting to be around you. But in the car, when you're isolated and separated and it's not going to have that impact, you just do what you're going to do.
But you do that. But you do that.
Do what?
In your car. You're a bad man in your car.
No.
No, no, we're telling you.
Oh,
You're a bad man in
I
your
see.
car.
I see. I mean, I don't cut people off. I don't tailgate. I don't block the left lane. I don't change lanes without changing signals.
Ever?
Ever.
Ever?
Like, I don't do any of those things unless there's like, oh, shoot, I didn't see that person, like an accident. I don't ever just I don't care if that person's
But
there.
you say you lose your temper pretty easily in the car.
Well, I snap, but I don't cut people off and run them off the road or get in front of them and brake check them. I don't do any of that. I just
Yeah.
basically swear to myself.
But most people don't do that, I don't know if I love that analogy because that implies that everyone is out there cutting each other off and flipping each other off. You know what I mean?
When you combine all of that with the people that are just not paying attention at all to the road, they're on their phone and they're in the left lane going 52. You combine all of it, I do think there are conscientious drivers, which is kind of the point. Like, some people are the same person and some people are not. But when you're meeting a person for the first time, you're almost never your normal self. You're always some polished version of yourself. Right?
Yeah. I'm not sure that suggests anything other than just courtesy and politeness.
Right. No, I'm saying, but that's why you're going to like people when you meet them, because we all behave in a way like we want these people to not hate us.
Everyone's putting our best foot forward.
Yes, but
so
at
when
least
you
to a
meet
degree.
somebody, you're theoretically meeting their best foot.
And when it's not that way, it's jarring when someone's like, holy crap, that guy's a jerk. Like, it's jarring because not most people don't just do that.
So maybe we live in a world where more people publicly don't put out their best foot.
Maybe. Yeah.
They put out the foot that's going to give them the most attention.
You guys think there's maybe just a little less give a crap when it comes to that?
I think it's worse than that.
Do you?
I think they're putting forward the nasty foot because we noticed the nasty foot.
Right, but how often are you, when you're a QT, how often do you see someone and you're like, I can't believe that person's acting like that?
Never.
Right. So it's still there's still, most people are pretty decent, nice people.
Yeah.
Would seem
Just
so.
like with the driving thing, it's most people are driving conscientiously, or else Roger's traffic report would be nonstop, you can't make it anywhere because everyone would be rear-ending each other all the time.
So it seems like we're coming to the conclusion that it's a perception of public reality, whether it's true or not. That the people we see on our screens are very different in our minds from the people who we know in flesh and blood.
Well, and I think you can't trust the screen as real life, but I think the more time we all spend on the screen, the more it seems like real life, if that makes sense.
It does.
I realized last week, I think of the people who I see on my social media as having a much bigger role in my life than they actually do. And I only feel that way because I see them all the time. I see them on my screen more than I see my mom, because my mom lives far away from me at this point. But then it's when I think about reality, my mother is a much bigger part of my world than this person who posts all the time. But it's just, we spend so much time staring at these screens, it starts to warp our reality.
Yeah.
Things in Washington, D.C. may seem unsettled at times by their lack of progress. But one department in the U.S. government is progressing. That is the IRS. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS is in full function to collect on unpaid taxes. If you've been putting off a tax problem, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and get it resolved. Don't think the government is too busy to focus on my issues. Too many of my clients thought the same. So if you owe back taxes or haven't filed returns in years, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and finally resolve your tax issues. Remember, if you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Lance Story Law Firm. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Or call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceStoryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hey guys, Kevin Wheeler back with you. Hey, I want to talk to you about the Burn Balance Complex, which you can pick up with Supplement Superstores, along with a lot of great advice and a lot of other great products as well. But Burn Balance Complex is the latest on the market, and that is something you should understand about Supplement Superstores. They are always going for the newest and the best. If something better than what they have comes out, they get it and they bring it to you. That's what the Burn Balance Complex is right now. And it's a complete metabolism system. So if you're looking to drop some pounds or you're just looking to get through, get better benefits from your workouts and an eating plan, This is a great natural weight loss option for people that don't want prescriptions or injections. If you don't want to go down that path, Burn Balance Complex is for you. And it works. I can tell you from 3 months of using it, it flat out works. It boosts your metabolism, which you see in the terms of the results later. You don't feel that happening, but you're going to notice, man, the pants fit better. Had to pull the belt a little tighter. Shirt fits great. I didn't wear that shirt. I haven't worn that shirt in a year, but now I'm wearing it because it fits better. You notice that stuff pretty early on. Plus, you're going to get appetite and craving control, which helps with that process. You get the reduced stress that comes with lower cortisol levels and, of course, all-day focused energy with no jitters or crash. So you got the energy to work out, the focus to do all of those things. And look, nobody's trying to sell you magic. This is not a magic pill. You don't take these and boof, you're skinny. It doesn't work that way. You got to eat right. You have to work out. You got to put in the work. But the Burn Balance Complex makes doing those things easier. And we know those things are hard, or everyone would be in the shape they want to be. So take the step. Go to Supplement Superstores. Tell them Kevin Wheeler was talking about the Burn Balance Complex on KMOX. They'll knock 30% off right then and there. You can find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Tell you guys about my good friend, Susan L. Ward. She is a divorce attorney. For my money, she is the divorce attorney. She's been doing this. Well, God, I graduated from law school in 90, and I think I met her in 95, something like that, maybe 94, 95. And she was a big deal back then, right? She was one of the top divorce attorneys. And I'll never forget her. We'll always be great friends because she took me under her wing, and she saved me from looking dumber than I actually was and taught me everything I knew about family law. If you are in a situation, whether you are wanting a divorce, your spouse is wanting a divorce, maybe you've been divorced for years, but someone wants to take you back on a modification, or you need to go back on a modification. Maybe you've had a slash in your income and you're paying too much in child support, or maybe the opposite is true. You can't do better than Susan L. Ward. Based on her friendship with me and her advertising here, if you call her, she'll do something that most attorneys won't. She'll give you a free consultation. I would write down your top 5 questions or so, and she'll give you an actual answer. She won't hem and haw around. 314-783-9400 or stlfamilylaw.com.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2:01, we've got sunshine. It is 81 degrees downtown at the Arch. The St. Louis SWAT team on hand after a woman fled a traffic stop and barricaded herself into a vehicle. Let's take you live to the scene now, and KMOX's Sean Malone. Sean? Illinois lawmakers passed 2 initiatives backed by Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker that aim to protect children. In addition to a statewide cell phone ban in schools, lawmakers passed the Children's Social Media Safety Act, which requires stricter settings for minor users, including limits on location sharing, digital currency transactions, and nighttime notifications. Capitol News Illinois reporter Ben Zielinski says members from both parties seem to prioritize the measure during this year's session.
It's, I think, one of those issues that isn't so partisan, I think, because a lot of lawmakers, they're parents themselves. I think they approach it from more of a parenting lens rather than, a partisan state lawmaker kind of lens.
The bill now heads to the governor's desk for approval. Missouri abortion laws are now in the spotlight as a major court case begins this week.
A trial scheduled today in Kansas City will determine which abortion regulations remain in place under Missouri's voter-approved reproductive rights amendment. The case stems from a lawsuit filed by Planned Parenthood and the ACLU of Missouri challenging existing restrictions. The outcome will decide how state laws align with the amendment going forward. Matt Pilger, Missouri Net.
Let's take you back now live to the scene of the St. Louis SWAT team. On hand after a traffic stop, a woman fled, barricaded herself, and here is Sean.
Yeah, Michael, the situation has now been resolved. In just the last few minutes, we began to see the SWAT truck pull away, and St. Louis City Police are now saying that SWAT officers took the driver of the vehicle into custody and that South Grand will reopen shortly. Now, further details beyond exactly why she was being stopped and what led to this scene are not yet known at this time. Police say they'll have more information for us momentarily. But what we can tell you so far is that on the 2100 block of South Grand, a woman fled a traffic stop and barricaded herself inside a vehicle and was refusing initially to adhere exits to leave. Now, we couldn't see what vehicle was involved in particular, but right where the police situation was centered was a U-Haul truck. So I'm curious to see how, if at all, that vehicle might have been involved. Live on the scene, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
June is the start of the annual Dog Bite Awareness Campaign by, guess who? Your mail carrier.
It's no joke. Last year, a postal employee suffered more than 5,200 dog attacks. California with the most on carriers, averaging well over one a day. Dog owners, you're urged not to open the door for your carrier unless your pet is in a separate closed room. Should your dog attack a postal worker, you could be liable for medical care, lost shifts, replacement clothing, emotional distress, costing you many thousands of dollars. That would really bite. Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
The Dow from Stifel up 34 points to 51,066.
It's a good-looking Monday afternoon, thanks to a little backdoor cool front coming through this morning with the unsettled weather. Partly sunny skies, 86 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 63. Tuesday, plenty of sunshine. Going to notice a little drop-off in the humidity, 83 degrees. Tuesday night, spectacular, clear, and 57. And Wednesday, sunny and 82. Very quiet weather pattern. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by the Chorus of Harmony, STL, Sunshine 81, downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Harmony STL presents Now Playing, featuring the ambassadors of Harmony, Visions of Harmony, the Recruits, and Fleet Street, performing the hits that shaped generations. Saturday, June 13th, 2 p.m., Two Hill Performing Arts Center. Get your tickets at harmonystl.com.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. One of the good friends we have here in St. Louis, Lawrence Maroney, Pride of St. Louis, former NFL football player, and even more importantly, Jamie. Always great to see you, my love.
Good seeing you as well.
Good to see you, man.
Hey.
And you know what? Every time I see you, you're doing something good.
I'm trying to. I think that's my obligation, being from the inner city, man, and I always was big on supporting my community and uplifting it.
And it's not like a one-time thing.
No.
Like, as you know, Bolger's one of my best friends, and he used to get mad when he was on the Rams. He'd say, you know what? They put us in a bus. They take us out somewhere. We get a shovel. We get one thing of dirt. They take a picture. We get back on the bus. He's like, we just don't do enough. And you've been doing enough for a long time now.
I think it's really my responsibility, man. I think, for me, the roads traveled, if everything I learned and seen and the resources that I'm connected to, if I don't bring it back to my community, I really feel like I'm doing my community and city a disjustice, a disservice for real. And so to me, it's like, I feel like it's my job to come back and try to raise the bar for us.
Yeah. So you have LM39 weekend coming up this weekend. We're going to talk all about that, what it is, what people can do, how they can get involved. It's been a year since I've seen you. I haven't seen you since the tornado. Yeah. That must have hurt your heart.
Oh, it was. It was just to see the pain and suffering that the people of our city was going through, and really just to see how the city handled that situation. it was disheartening. But we only can do what we can do, and so I did all I can do and help out in every way I could possible.
We one of the saddest things to me, and it's not a 2026 thing. This is going all the way back, but it's disturbingly easy for us to forget that the people we're looking at are just human beings.
For sure.
You put them in a group, you put them in a race, you put them in an area, put them into this, put them into that. These are people friggin' who don't have a roof over their heads, right? Like, I don't know what we need to do, but we need to do better.
We definitely do, man. It's just it was a sad moment for the city, but it was an eye opener because too at the same time I seen how so many different walks of life from the city rallied together and came together for once in a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? And did what was right for the city. So it was just one of them situations that where, they took a bad situation and made some positive up out of it.
Yeah. So tell us about, in general, LM39, and then tell us about the weekend.
So LM39 was a foundation. I started back in 2007, then revamped it in 2023 with me and my fiance, but she's my wife now.
Congrats.
She really wanted me to really give back out in the community and get back and, tell my story. And so we revamped it and we focus more now on the mental, financial, and physical wellness side of everything. And so when we created the weekend, it was more so of how can I connect the community to the resources that's needed.
And Jamie, jump in. What are you guys going to be doing?
It's going to be an exciting weekend. As Lawrence said, he is a newlywed of just less than 2 weeks or less than 3 weeks. So very, very exciting for them. So this weekend, Friday, we're going to kick it off with a VIP social. If you're on social, follow Lawrence, follow LM39 Foundation, drop a note, and then we're going to be reaching out to some few folks to hang out with him in a private situation on Friday. And then on Saturday, we're going to be at Normandy High School, and we have over a dozen vendors. We have some huddle conversations happening with some St. Louis VIPs will be coming, chopping it up about mental health, physical wellness, some step class, and there is a flag football tournament going on, and championship game will happen on Saturday. So it's amazing. Lawrence, I have to just say, he doesn't talk about this enough. He's also a coach. He coaches football, coaches flag. I think he may be trying to dabble in coach now and track and field as well. So it's really something for the entire family this weekend at Normandy High School on Saturday.
Very nice. That must be cool.
Boy, it was well put. I couldn't have said it no better myself.
It's almost like she knows you.
Why do you think I threw it to her? Why do you think I got range?
It works. I mean, the foundation is doing so much. The weekend is growing. And I think that LM39, while this is the biggest weekend of the foundation is doing things all year with the 39 Impact Fund, Toys for Joy, some back to school things, and I may get in trouble for saying this, so hopefully the wife is not listening. I know she is. She's always listening. But and there's an after school program going to be starting this fall. The LM39 Foundation is going to be launching, so it's exciting. Lawrence has, a lot of times you see players do great things when they're in the league, right? And really Lawrence, his love after the league has really launched him into a new level of giving back. And so I think St. Louis it's time to buckle up because he is running full speed into the community.
I like that, running full speed. I like it.
So coaching.
For sure.
I played sports, and not like you, but I thought I'm going to be the best coach for my kids. When I'm teaching my son Nick how to hit a layup, or I'm teaching Phoebe how to ride a bike, I was terrible. Terrible. I didn't have the patience. I was shocked by that. Are you a pretty good coach, or you find it kind of frustrating too?
So, I never looked at myself in that aspect of a coach. Always, for years, people wanted me to coach, and I just told them I was a talent. And if people that really watch sports understand, just because you're a great talent don't mean you're a great coach. And so I started with the little kids, and I felt like if I can create a winning program with the little kids, then maybe I would think about this coaching. But it just gave me another purpose, and just really to knowing that I traveled this road and I got some knowledge that I can really give back to these kids and show them different things of what life can be if we take this thing serious from this little age. And so the group of kids I got, they're so special, man. And, just to hear them brag about, Lawrence Maroney is my coach. And so it's amazing. And even last year, I took them to an unofficial visit to Minnesota. And I think just creating them experiences and showing them different things, man, it's been amazing. So this year 3 of coaching, I'm 2 years undefeated in football, tackle football, back-to-back Super Bowl champions here in St. Louis. So I think I got a good start.
Doing all right.
I'm doing all right. I'm
Yeah.
doing all right.
Who are a couple of your young coaches for you when you were a young guy that meant something to you?
Coach Cooper, that was one of my main coaches. He coached me at Herbert Hoover, and I think he really created that foundation for me, gave me that toughness, and really put me on an organized squad. I play sports in the neighborhood all the time, but it's different when you really go on a organized team and just get that structure and that foundation. He gave me that grit, that mental toughness, just really also being that father figure to a lot of us that really didn't have a father growing up. And so Coach Cooper was really that guy for me growing up.
That's great. Talk a little bit. I always like to talk to the guys out there, the Barstool guys, the guys who are convinced had they been 1 inch taller, they could have gone pro.
Hey, I'm right here, man.
I know, but I can't see it past. I can't see it past the.
I sit below the monitor. I know.
Every now and then, there's a guy talking.
Yeah.
Tell them the difference between like even college and the pros. Like the pros are the friggin' pros.
Honestly, I just think the speed of the game is the biggest difference, because you don't have that much time, especially in the game, to be like, all right, I'm going to sit back, let me try to read this and figure it out, because the snap of the ball is coming. Football is football on all levels, and even when I think about it, when I came in as a freshman at Normandy, I was going against sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And so them the same sophomores, juniors, and seniors that I went against in college. And now when I get to the NFL, it's like, yeah, I'm going against them same juniors and seniors, but now it's just a couple more seniors that I'm going against too. And it's just, as people get older, the knowledge of the game get a little better for them. And so, trying to compete with that, the speed of the game. And I think for me, it was just learning the game. Like, I knew how to play the game, but just actually learning the game. Like, why am I need to know these coverages? Why do I need to know if the safety rotate? These the potential looks or blitzes or coverages they can be in. I think that's the separation difference when you go from college to the NFL. Is just the knowledge part of just understanding the game as itself. And people just don't be understanding. They was like, well, you was a great player, but do you actually know the game?
Yeah, makes sense. Rach, anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Lawrence to just expand on, I know there's a huge mental health focus with your foundation. Just kind of tell us about that and why you think it's so important to bring it to these kids early.
Because I dealt with it. And I always explain to them, mental health is not a one fix all and it end it all, because you still deal with it on some type of level. And, when I left the league, and my identity was up for question. I didn't really know who Lawrence Maroney was once you took the game away from me, once the crowd left, once the cheers left, once all the cameras cut off. And so I didn't really know who I was, and I went down a deep hole of depression, anxiety, and it was just like I didn't know really what life had for me. And when I'm thinking about it, I'm 27 years old, 28, and it's like I got a whole life ahead of me, and I'm just completely lost. Don't know what to do next. I wish I really paid attention in school a little bit more. I was really just going to graduate just to get to the next level. So I didn't really have no fallback plan. Maybe I learned how to do cars. I didn't have a father to teach me none of that. So it's like I was a pure athlete. So now when life is real for me, I just didn't know, and I didn't have nobody to help me get through these times. And so, we just, you suffer in silence, because you don't really have nobody to talk to, nobody quite understand you. You have your parents and friends and family that it's like, yeah, I get it, but do you really? Like, I know you care for me, but you don't actually get it because you never walked in my shoes. You don't understand. 1 minute I'm on top of the world, and next minute it's like the world just left me. And so I think if we can reach these babies and start teaching them about mental health and protecting their mental part about it early, that when this time come, the transition could be a little bit easier. We all gonna still deal with it because you play this game for so long. You're gonna deal with some type of get back from it. But if we can just give you the tools to help you through these situations now, to where when it do happen, it don't hit as hard. I think it's important to really teach them about the mental side of the game.
Yeah. That's really brave. It is. It's really brave for someone like you who is on top for so long for this specific reason, and then that goes away. It would be real easy to not look at yourself honestly in the mirror. But the fact that you are makes a big difference to everyone else out there. Wouldn't have made a big difference had you kept being a football player. We'd have enjoyed it. This is making a bigger difference.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Good to see you, my buddy.
Thank you.
All right. That is LM39 Foundation, going to be happening this weekend. You can go to lm39foundation.com for all the information. Good to see you as always.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Have you ever felt like you were living just a B or B plus life? It's so dangerous to live that, more dangerous than a B minus or a C plus life, because when you're living a B or B plus life, you don't change it. You think it's good enough. Is it? I'm Susie Welch. I host a podcast called Becoming You. People think, okay, an A plus life is not available to me, but there is a way. We are all in the process of becoming ourselves. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcasts.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The road to the United Bowl starts here. Your St. Louis Battlehawks have clinched a spot in the playoffs and have earned Dome Field advantage. That's right, Battlehawks fans. Playoff football is returning to St. Louis. Sunday, June 7th at 5 p.m., the Battlehawks host a home playoff game right here in the Dome. And we need Battlehawks Nation louder than ever. Sharpen your wings, lock in, and let's finish the mission. Get your tickets today at UFLBattlehawks.com. United, we battle.
For men over 50, staying healthy shouldn't feel complicated. Neovitin Men's 50 Plus is a doctor-formulated daily multivitamin designed to support everyday wellness with just 2 tablets a day. You can subscribe at neovitin.com for convenient monthly delivery right to your door, or find Neovitin Men's 50 Plus at your local Deerbirds or Schnucks. All Neovitin vitamins are manufactured in a GMP-certified facility in the USA and are designed for real, everyday routines. Make nutrition easy with Neovitin Men's 50 Plus.
Teachers, healthcare workers, first responders, and military, this one's for you. Scott Credit Union's Community Heroes program offers special financing on homes, autos, and more. It's our way of saying thanks. Visit scu.org today. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 415767. Terms and conditions apply.
Zero Res wants to help clean your home. Big summer savings with 3 rooms clean starting at just $129, and take an additional $100 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResSTL.com and ask for the DGS special.
100 years, one legendary voice. We live KMOX's century of service. Classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Just talking to NFL legends. No big deal.
Nah, just a great guy who happened to be one of the best in the world at what he does.
Yeah, that was interesting. He was telling Wheels that there's Lawrence Moroney, who played for the Patriots, and saying that baseball was his real sport.
Yeah, I said it was what he was best at as a kid, but he loved football more, and that was where you get the push. I mean, you do as a kid. I mean, as an athlete, eventually you got to pick the one you care the most about.
Yeah.
Right? Because think about all the things he just described about what you have to know and what you have to learn and the time you got to put in. At some point, you have to be driven enough to do that. And when a sport is as he put it, your heart sport, that's the one that's going to get that effort out of you. It's going to get that out of you. But yeah, he said he was pretty good. I can see it, man. I was telling him too. We lose a lot of really good young baseball players to football and basketball because once you get to high school, which are the cooler sports? Go to a high school football game. Thousands of people there. Half the student body's there cheering you on. And if you're good, man, they're calling your name. Nobody goes to a high school baseball game. It's just your parents. That's basically all that's there. It's a hard thing to fight against with the popularity of football and basketball.
I'm sure you saw this. Ray, did you see where a youth baseball coach in Oklahoma has been suspended for life after his son, who was pitching, threw a fastball into the opposing dugout?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
And evidently the kid had checked with his dad, the coach.
He told his dad he was going to do it. And the dad decided it would be best to let the kid make his own decision. Told him, there are going to be consequences if you do that. The right response there as a dad and a coach is, no, you're not doing that. Stop being a sensitive baby. If you don't like that they're making noise, strike them out and shut them up. Well, you don't throw a baseball 70 miles an hour into a dugout when people aren't ready.
Did anybody get hurt?
Kid got hit, but not hurt seriously. Like it didn't hit him like square or anything. The word was no injuries, but one of the kids did get hit by the ball. But I mean, this is kind of another to part of Lawrence's point there about the impact that coaches have on young people. If you don't know what you're doing, don't coach. If you don't know to tell your kid or any kid on your team, no, you're not doing that. And if you do it, you're off the team, then you shouldn't coach. It's not about your feelings at that point. It's about common sense and safety of other kids. Mm-hmm. The fact that your kid told you that he was going to throw a ball into their dugout means you should have removed him from the game right there. You're done because you're not in the headspace you need to be in. You're thinking about hurting someone instead of competing. You need to come out of the game.
Yeah, hurting a child.
I mean, you're a child. You don't think of it that way.
I'm sorry. I was talking about the...
But yeah, as a parent, right, you should be thinking about protecting that other child, even if it's your kid that's on the mound.
So it looks like this 12-year-old is facing a 5-year ban.
Yeah, but it's only by the governing body of the tournament that they're playing in, right?
So there's all these play somewhere else.
Right. So there are all these different governing bodies. He's playing in what's called USSSA. It's just an organization that is a national one. Teams play in that, and they get rankings and all that. But that won't keep him from playing in perfect game tournaments or PBR tournaments or any other league or anything like that I'm aware of. It's only going to mean he can't play in anything sanctioned by that organization.
What would you like to see happen to the kid?
Honest to God, maybe your summer's over, but that's it. Like kind of like a suspension. Like you're done for the year. You need to figure out, you need to learn this isn't okay. And that to me, that would be it because it's a kid. If an 11 or 12-year-old overreacts emotionally, I think punishment is necessary, but I don't think 5 years makes sense because the adult failed him. Mm-hmm. His father failed him by not telling him, no, you cannot leave that up to your kid who's angry. Who's upset about something, who's not handling well, because the whole thing that started all this apparently was this team from Oklahoma was playing a team from Nebraska. The team from Nebraska was chirping the kid. They were talking a lot. They were cheering, making a lot of noise, trying to get in his head. Well, guess what? It worked. That's the teaching point. You have to teach them how to not let it bother you and get through it rather than lashing out because you're not fixing anything. You just got yourself in trouble. And you could have hurt somebody really badly. Like that throw can kill someone.
Man, the two articles I'm looking at here, I'm looking at People and USA Today. They both say that the father instructed his son to do it.
Yeah, the only contradiction to that is the dad's story to USA Today.
Okay.
So when USA Today interviewed him, he said he told me he was going to do it, and I told him You know, there's going to be consequences if you do. And again, first of all, take the heat yourself. You're the parent.
Right.
Don't put it on your kid. Secondly, the answer to that when the kid says it is no. No, you're not doing that. The fact that you just said that means you are now on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
You're out of this game, and I'm putting someone else in. That's the correct response for a coach and for a father. You cannot let your children just make bad decisions in front of you. Part of preventing that is teaching them to not do it, because they're going to make ones when you're not there. They're going to make mistakes that they're going to learn from when you're not there. But when you're there, the whole purpose of being there.
Yeah.
As a coach, again, this is the case where the coach is that player's dad. I don't have a son on my team. If a kid said that to me, there's no chance they're going on the mound. And the word is, if you do it, not only are you done here, but you're done for good. You're off this team. You're done.
Let me tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct. They have one of the best deals that I've seen them have. You know, they change them sort of like Zero Res does. Right now, if you buy 4 windows, you get 4 for free. You also get 0% financing for 48 months. It was less time than that before. So that's 4 years of 0% financing. That's pretty great. Summertime, man, we're right there. I guess it's another 21 days away or something like that. But anytime you see the temperatures on a regular basis getting up 85, 87, and just know that your windows are about a third of what your costs are going to be in that if you have crappy windows. Your heating and cooling bills 12 months out of the year will be about a third higher. If you have really good windows, like Universal Windows Direct windows, should be about a third lower, so can help to pay for those windows right away, even though you have 4 years to pay for them. 314-334-2522, or you can also book an estimate at universalwindowsdirect.com.
Around baseball, questions are being asked.
Why do they win so many one-run games? Why do they win games they shouldn't win?
Is this a rebuild, a reset, or something more?
You think this stuff would be happening?
A win, Burleson and Herrera developing fast enough to change everything in real time? When the day ends, the real conversation begins.
Bernie Miklasz, Matt Pauley, Kevin Wheeler hanging out with you talking cards.
Redbird Rush Hour, weekdays at 5. This is Cardinals talk that doesn't flinch.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Weather is sponsored by i3 Broadband. Spring is here. Time to toss out that dusty treadmill and your laggy cable internet. Upgrade to 100% in-home fiber from i3 Broadband. Plus, we're springing forward with our longest price guarantees ever on our gig speed internet services. No data caps, just pure speed. Visit i3broadband.com/radio and start your spring off right.
It's a good-looking Monday afternoon, thanks to a little backdoor cool front coming through this morning with the unsettled weather. Partly sunny skies, 86 for the high. Tonight, partly cloudy, 63. Tuesday, plenty of sunshine. Going to notice a little drop-off in the humidity, 83 degrees. Tuesday night, spectacular, clear, and 57. And Wednesday, sunny and 82. Very quiet weather pattern. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Story, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Story Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The NBA playoffs are ongoing, and they've been a lot of fun so far, and FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, every moment, from spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into same-game parlays and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, you're going to want to do it on FanDuel, an app that is super easy to use. It is secure. It's intuitive. I've been using it for a long time and really enjoy it. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get inside your Redbirds in the 2026 season every Tuesday at noon. It's All Access with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol on your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX. Bernie Miklasz on KMOX is sponsored by Stewart's American Mortgage, home of the Bagel Loan, and by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Bernie Miklasz joins us. Hey, Bern.
I hope you had a good weekend. Hello again. Good to be back with you, Dave.
Yeah, let's start here. We're obviously going to talk Cardinals, going to talk the Cubs series, look forward to the Rangers, but I just had I'm like a young man falling in love with baseball all over again. And I know other people have said this, but I'm watching the games this weekend, and it just hits me that Abner, or whoever the hell it was, 150 whatever years ago, who set up the diamond and decided 90 feet. I mean, did aliens help them? Because
maybe the ancient Egyptians with the geometry.
It's 2026, and it's still the perfect length. Like, it's still a bang-bang play if you hit one to deep shortstop, and it was a bang-bang play in 1873. You know what I'm saying? It's like it almost feels predetermined somehow that this game has lasted and still works. Even the dimensions of the field still work. It blows me away.
Yeah, I think wherever it was invented, a lot of people say it was invented in Hoboken. Seriously, Hoboken, New Jersey. That's the version I believe. Your point's still the same. It's almost like they laid out a field because maybe it was the only way they could like fit into the space they had. I don't know, right?
Right.
So I mean, I'd like to say like, yeah, they were geniuses. And they probably were, except they didn't realize they were geniuses. They were probably just like, well, this looks okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks all right. Yeah, well, okay, let's try it. You know, that kind of thing. You make a good point. It's a beautiful game. The symmetry has always been a really special part of the game. Just like the first time, Dave, you've talked about it. Wheels talked about it. I know I've talked about it. You know, I'll never forget my dad taking me to Memorial Stadium in Baltimore for my first baseball game and just walking up the ramp and seeing that field, seeing that expansive green, seeing that dirt that the grounds crew had just watered down, and the dirt's like nice and dark brown, and man, everything just looks so gorgeous. It's, you know, I was a little boy, so it would have never occurred to me to say, Dad, is this paradise?
Yeah.
But that's kind of how I felt, you know?
Yeah. And you know, I'm watching the game that the tarps off were on Pete Crow, and overrated, and he hits a home run into the tarps off.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see that happen. I wasn't rooting for Pete Crow, but what a beautiful baseball moment, right? Even though it was against us, like that was pretty funny.
Listen, I love baseball so much that in moments like that, my love of the game and love of entertainment and theatrics and just like a dude rising to the occasion, I'm going to appreciate the hell out of it. I don't care who he plays for. I thought that was, I thought PCA stepped up big time. I mean, that's kind of what you want to see, whether the guy's on your team or their team. You just appreciate a guy that can live up to the moment and kind of live up to the challenge and answer the challenge. And a lot of times they don't. But man, oh man, did he do that the other night? And like you said, you almost can't choreograph it the way he did it to send a rocket right into the tarps off section, right?
Yeah, it's great and it's fun, and it's even more fun when you take 2 out of 3 in the process.
For sure. That makes it go down a little easier.
But it was awesome. Even at the moment, I kind of nodded. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool.
So, boys, what did we learn from this weekend?
Man, I don't know that I learned anything other than Heim Bloom wanted to shake things up from within by promoting a couple people on Friday. We'll see if it makes a difference. We'll also see if there's more coming. We'll see if manager Ali Marmol will totally go along with Jimmy Crooks coming up and Nelson Velasquez coming up, or will he continue to waste too many at-bats on Victor Scott, Pedro Pajes? There's some questions here, so we'll see how it's all going to play out. But something's got to change because their offense was just awful in May. There was no other way to get around it. It was awful. Can I just give you something really quick?
Sure.
Their run production compared to the first month, their run production in May was down 30%. Their home run production was down 54%. They're even hitting sacrifice flies. Remember the whole small ball thing? Sack flies were down 54%, and stolen bases per game was down 47%. There was no small ball. There was no power ball. They couldn't hit with runners in scoring position. That I don't believe they're that bad. But then again, they played just about the whole month, with the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots in the lineup, basically being dry wells where you just drill and drill and drill and there's no oil.
I mean, it's completely amazing. I know you broke it down, Bern, how the top 4 in the order, even counting May, still rank as one of the top 4s in all of Major League Baseball. 1 through 4, they're one of the best in all of baseball. Right there with the Dodgers, right there with any top lineup you can think of. And then after that, it's just like you turned off the water faucet. It's like there is no more. Well, hopefully now that'll change, at least based on some matchups and some extra power options, even if they're coming off the bench on a given day. It's great to have contact guys, but you can't have 4 slappers on your bench. You got to have people that can drive the ball and then also start situationally, like a Velasquez against lefties or against certain right-handed matchup players.
No, that's right. And I would expect that Jimmy Crooks would get some at-bats at DH.
Yeah, I would hope.
If they're going to continue to sort of make it a three catcher rotation, there's no point in having Crooks up here if he's going to play twice a week, So I would expect against right-handed pitchers, we'll see him take some turns at DH. And that's the other thing. Cardinals DH spot this year has not been very good at all. So maybe he can boost that a bit because he's, in the AAA, man, he mashed right-handed pitchers. He matched them. So I think he can do that here.
I don't know much about the Rangers. What are you looking at?
They're a team that's had to ride out a lot of injuries. They still do. Corey Seager is out. They're a team that went through a pretty long dry spell, but they just swept the Royals over the weekend, so they're coming in here feeling better about themselves. The Cardinals are going to run in some really good starting pitching, so that's always a little imposing. So we'll see. I mean, they're below 500, but I think they're still a dangerous team.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're better than what their record is, but they're not an elite team. But you're seeing 3 really good pitchers this week. I mean, you're going to see Jacob deGrom tonight, Nathan Eovaldi in the second game, and Mackenzie Gore is one of the tougher left-handers you're going to find for matchups. So, no, I mean, it's not going to be an easy one by any means. And they're not great, but they're good, and they got a good manager in Skip.
They do, and I think that, I think Rangers fans like him. I think I was interested in doing some back reading on this. There's a little bit of like, well, boy, the team's kind of dull. I thought Skip Schumacher was guys, manufacture runs and all that. And I would just say, calm down. He's a smart baseball man, but he's been missing some pieces.
Yes.
And, and it's kind of been hard to get that thing in sync.
Yep.
He'll energize it.
Yeah,
it's the roster. It's not the manager.
Right. There's no team that looks fun and exciting when you're not hitting. There's no such thing. If you're not hitting, you're going to be boring.
And the thing of it is, the great Bruce Bochy, and I'm not saying that sarcastically, he's a great manager.
Yep.
They won the World Series in 23, and they were kind of in 24 and 25. In fact, since they won the World Series, they're about 10 games under 500 during the regular season. So there are some roster issues there, especially offense.
So our boss, Steve Moore, just texted me and pointed out that the Cardinals' record now is essentially the same as it was 1 year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we so much more excited by this team than we were 1 year ago?
Because outfits like Baseball Prospectus, the Pacoda forecast predicted them to lose 99 games, and that kind of took root. And everyone's like, "Oh, well, it's okay. It's a rebuilding season. It's okay. If they lose 90 games, 93, 94, it's okay. We'll ride it out with them." But they're much better than that. It's all about expectations. So that would be the difference. How we're interpreting the record this year compared to last year, even though the record's the same.
So I'll throw this question at you guys on that same note. If it ends up going the way it did last year in June and July, what do you guys think the vibe is in St. Louis come August?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I think it should be good either way, personally. Like, I think that we're seeing where this is going. That's kind of the excitement, right? We can see the possibilities, even though it's not finished yet. You can see, man. I mean, you saw it. I think you saw it today, Burnham. If not, you will, because we can bring it up. But I think it was one of the writers for Cardinals.com, for MLB.com, pointed out that J.J. Weatherhold is on pace to have maybe the best season from a second baseman in the last 100 years as a rookie.
Yeah.
Like a 7-win season is what he's on pace for right now. Nobody's done that in the last 100 years. See, there's that hope. There's Walker. There's the hope there that even if you go down, you can still see the long term. Where last year, I'm not sure we saw any of that in front of us.
Well, I totally agree with you. And what you just said, it totally matches my view.
Yep.
I'm going to feel good about the future no matter what. But the question was about
the crowd, right?
About how will how will the fans feel? Well, I don't know. I mean, I know how I feel, but I can't say they should feel the same way. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think, I don't have any real expectations of this team making the playoffs. So if they don't, I would have no reason to lash out and be angry and start ripping people. I mean, this is a year that was kind of set aside, and it's been a lot of fun. But I don't know how, generally speaking, the public will react. I think the reaction lately has been really, really good.
Yeah,
and I think
great.
The support's been really, really enthusiastic. But to your point, or Steve Moore's point, if they start to fall apart, I mean, are people going to jump off the bandwagon? I don't know. It's up to them.
Hey, to your question, or not question, your observation earlier, Bern, they just posted the lineup for today, and Jimmy Crooks is the DH.
There you go.
Against Jacob DeGrom. So he's getting a welcome to the big leagues. Here you go, buddy.
This sounds like this is kind of a faint optimism, but Jacob DeGrom is more hittable than he used to be. But it's probably not saying a lot.
Let's see if we can do this in 60 seconds. MLB put out a little floater for a salary cap, correct?
Yep.
How'd that go over?
Not well.
Depends on who you ask. Fans probably don't mind it, but the players didn't like it.
Was it a message or was it just opening salvo?
This is opening salvo.
Yeah.
I mean, both sides put a proposal on the table that both sides knew the other side would laugh at it and throw it in the trash. So,
because I would argue the players' proposal was just as ridiculous.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
It totally was. I think the owners have more credibility at this point because they have agreed to share all their local media revenue.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really, really big deal.
Yep.
They've never made that concession.
Yep. And that's the number one thing that has to change.
Yeah. So if we're going to get a system where it's balanced and the players could get even a bigger cut of the pie, it starts with the owners agreeing to share their revenue at like equal distribution. That's a big deal. So I give them a point for that.
Brent, I want you to talk about Saliga. And first, I want to tell you that last week when I got home from my vacation with the girls, Had Saliga come out, a gentleman named Philip, and I have an old system. I don't want to replace it, and they were able to fix it, and can't say enough good things about Dan and his company.
They're the best at that, seriously, because we've had really old equipment too. And Saliga Heating and Cooling, the Steichen Comfort dealer, I've told this story before, but not for a long time. You know, we were convinced we just had to replace our boiler. I mean, the thing was just old and it was just making weird noises. And I guess we'll just have to get a new boiler. Saliga Heating and Cooling came out. They said, well, hold on now. Let's look at this. And they found a couple minor things, relatively minor things, sort of gave it a little bit of a makeover, but it wasn't overly expensive at all. It's very reasonable. And they said, you don't have to buy a boiler. You're going to get about 3 more years out of this one. So save your money. You don't need to spend that right now. And not that I needed to be convinced of the integrity and the professionalism and the knowledge of Saliga Heating and Cooling, but that was just another example. That was another bit of evidence that I have on a long list of evidence about why we love Saliga Heating and Cooling and why we've been calling them for the last 18, 19 years. And also why the Saliga family continuously has owned this thing since 1927, and they have taken great care of generations of St. Louis families. So if you want to find out, if you want to get the great experience that we've gotten at our home, Dave Glover's gotten at his home, that story's everywhere in St. Louis. Just go to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com, find out more, SaligaHeatingandCooling.com.
Right now, inflation is squeezing budgets, and global events can shake up the markets overnight. If you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs, so this is not the time to just hope it works out. That's why Steve Auld and the team at the All Financial Group are hosting an upcoming educational seminar called Retirement Simplified, June 16th at the All Financial Group office. You'll learn how rising costs could drain your spending power, how political and economic headlines may impact your returns, and whether your retirement strategy is truly stress-tested for today's economy. This event is complimentary, and you must reserve your seat today. 636-230-8824. You can also get more details online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, or registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions. The All Financial Group is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the U.S. government or any other government agency.
Get ready for a night back with legendary hits and non-stop energy. Brian Adams is bringing the Roll with a Bunches tour to Enterprise Center Friday, July 24th.
Hello, this is Brian Adams.
Sing along to the classics as Brian Adams delivers an unforgettable night of rock anthems. Plus, special guests Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo. Brian Adams, July 24th. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
So one of the things doing live endorsements that I think all of us slip into, and I want to be more professional than that, is talking about our clients being like, you're going to love them. I love them. They're so nice to me. We have breakfast together and they pay for the check. What do you care? With the Gelmans, there's so much more to them. And, Nick worked for them for a couple of years, got to see on the inside. I've used them a couple, 3 times. So I've been a customer and I know what that is like. And that's the most instructive thing to me is I just remember I'm one of those, I'm kind of a nervous Nelly. And if I don't hear from you, I'm going to assume that there's a bad reason for that. And I told them that, and they're like, we got it, not a problem. And during those transactions, it was just almost constant communication. Maybe they wouldn't do that with someone else, but when someone says, I'd like to hear about it, every hour on the hour, and they did, and they were great, and I'm not a good negotiator. I don't represent myself well, and they did a really fantastic job. They're going to know everything about your town, your suburb, your neighborhood, your street, your house, the comps. They're going to do everything they possibly can to pump it up to the very highest level possible. Things are a little soft. The market is nationally, but it's fairly normal here in St. Louis. You can still, get a good deal either way, which makes having a great realtor all the more important. If you want to find out what they think your house is worth right now, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address. They'll let you know. When it's time to talk, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
The road to the United Bowl starts here. Your St. Louis Battlehawks have clinched the playoffs and earned dome field advantage. Playoff football is coming back to St. Louis, Sunday, June 7th at 5 p.m. Get your tickets now at UFLBattlehawks.com. United, we battle.
As dads, it's our job to capture as many memories with our kids as possible. It's also our job to embarrass them, and if we're lucky, we get to do both. That's why I'm thankful my son created Legacy Box, the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos.
And I'll never recover from the time you showed up to my middle school dance to disco in front of everyone. Thanks, Dad. But he's right. Simply fill your Legacy Box with your old VHS, camcorder tapes, film reels, and photos, and we'll do the rest.
And in just a couple of weeks, you'll get your originals back, along with a DVD, thumb drive, or cloud delivery. Stuff that even an old man like me can figure out.
Plus, for a limited time, we're offering a special Father's Day sale.
Go to legacybox.com/radio to get an incredible deal. Buy today to take advantage of this limited offer. Go to legacybox.com/radio
to get started and save.
legacybox.com/radio.
It's 2:53, and this time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. Just like a minute here, Rach, something like that.
Oh, yeah. 2 minutes. I don't know why I said it like that. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you guys see that a United flight out over Nova Scotia had to turn around and returned because a teenager named his Bluetooth device Bomb?
Oh, no.
Idiot.
And they went through, like, they kept flying for like an hour, and they're like, hey, everyone needs to shut off their Bluetooth. Okay, there are 2 people that still have it on. One of you, that's not funny. That's not a funny joke. And the kid, I guess, just like the whole time. And so they're halfway to wherever, and they had to turn around and come all the way back.
He should go to jail.
I mean, I hate that kid, but I also hate that they turned back.
I understand that.
Like, you think someone with a bomb is going to title it Bomb?
I mean, that is a good point.
Why did they turn around, I wonder?
Because it's considered a threat.
Yeah, considered a threat. And they had to go through the entire plane. They had to go through every person's luggage. It's like, I guess it's best to overreact.
Oh,
to
yeah,
a
yeah.
situation like
Yeah, I
that.
get that.
Better safe than sorry, but that kid should be in. I mean, I hope his parents punish him to the fullest extent of the parent law. That's horrible. You just affected everyone else's day, not just yours.
Right. Why? So you can be a troll?
Right.
Yep.
So you can go to school and be like, guess what I did? I ruined our whole trip.
You also lost your car keys for the next year.
Get him.
Yeah, I wish you two were his parents.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
And I wish Andrew were the teenager that did that.
Go to your room.
Lombardo Rage?
Yeah, I want to remind everyone about Anywhere Lombardo. That is a build on your lot program. So anywhere in the St. Louis area, if you have a piece of property, you can put a gorgeous, customized Lombardo home on that property. And the best part is, the people at Lombardo do this over and over again, and they've done it for many years, so they understand how to work with the different municipalities. They're just going to help you make this experience much, much easier. Plus, you're going to get a gorgeous Lombardo home.
Yeah, Mike Van Pamel, who is the president of Lombardo, has been since they got here, like 18 years ago, something like that, fell in love with like the horse farms out on Double D and developed that area, put in a couple of communities, put in a house for him. So he knows that area very, very well. So if you are looking for some property, whether it's out there or it's in another area, let them find it for you. They actually really love doing that. There's something about a Lombardo Homes house. I don't know nothing about nothing. I can't, nail a board to another board, but it just feels different. The use of space is really creative. I think you're going to like the people. Go to lombardohomes.com.
This is Jordan Walker. Celebrate Black Heritage Day, presented by your quality Ford dealers on Sunday, June 28th at Busch Stadium. This special culture and community event honors the impact, history, and legacy of the Black community in baseball and beyond. With a special themed ticket, you'll receive an exclusive Cardinals jersey designed by Corey Rogers. And don't miss a special heritage celebration in Budweiser Terrace before the game. Details and tickets at cardinals.com/theme.
The weekend starts here. Grab your crew and kick it off at Friday Night Live at Busch Stadium. Every Friday night home game, Budweiser Terrace turns into the hottest happy hour in the Lou with $5 beers, $5 hot dogs, $7 margaritas, live music, and more all game long. Meet up with friends, soak in the energy, and keep the night going with baseball under the lights. Good vibes, great deals, your new Friday tradition. Get tickets now at Cardinals.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At EasyCater, we believe every workday gets better with great food. Like that morning status meeting, always better with bagels. And don't forget the coffee. Ops team working late? How about some Power Bowls to keep them going strong? Sandy's celebrating 10 years at the company. This calls for cupcakes. With EasyCater, you get a huge variety of favorite restaurants with tools to help meet dietary needs and stay on budget, all on one platform. So make every workday better with EasyCater. Start an order at easycater.com.
Insurance companies often have a basic strategy: delay, deny, defend. Some try to grind you down, but they have another tremendous weapon, a software called Colossus. They know which attorneys are great and which are not so great. They know who is likely to take the last offer and who will take them by their scalp, kicking and screaming to trial. They know that they have to pay some firms early and fairly. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. The insurance companies have done their homework. Before you hire a lawyer for your injury case, do yours. Visit forthepeople.com and see our settlements and verdicts for cases like yours. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. When you hire the wrong firm, you may be beat before you start. All law firms are not the same. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Sunshine. Right now it's 82 degrees downtown at the Arch. A woman pulled over for driving erratically in Compton Heights to a response from the St. Louis SWAT team.
According to St. Louis City Police spokesman Mitch McCoy, the woman attempted to ram her car into a marked SLMPD vehicle before producing a hammer and fleeing the scene. She stopped a few blocks over at the corner of South Grand and Russell, where she began to cover up the windows of her vehicle. When SWAT arrived, St. Louis City Police spokesman Mitch McCoy says she again gunned her vehicle into reverse into an officer.
As our SWAT team was beginning to use some of those less than lethal tools, the woman pinned one of our SWAT officers between the building and that vehicle.
McCoy says the woman surrendered after that. She's being taken in for a mental health evaluation and will face charges. The officer that was pinned against the building did suffer injuries, but they are considered not life-threatening. In Compton Heights, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Lawmakers in Illinois failed to pass a broad measure to regulate data centers during the final hours of the spring session. The Power Act would have required data centers to report their water use and pay for their own energy from renewable sources. It was not called for a vote in either chamber before the May 31st deadline.
The governor supported pausing the data center tax credits, but it was surprising to see that ending that tax credit was not part of the ultimate budget that passed.
Capital News Illinois reporter Ben Zielinski says Illinois lawmakers are now calling for a freeze on tax credits that are incentivizing construction of the centers, saying there still will be talks about the issue this year.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. After Iran state media signaled talks were off between the U.S. and Iran due to ongoing Israeli strikes in Lebanon, President Trump says he made separate calls to Israel's prime minister and Hezbollah mediators, and says both sides have agreed not to attack the other. Iran still keeping a stranglehold on the Strait of Hormuz. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan says that's sent trading oil prices up today. Americans could see prices at the pump go even higher.
The national average we still anticipate could be $4.80 a gallon over the course of this summer. So while we've gotten a little bit of a 2-week break from high prices, we could go right back up, and it's still not impossible that later this summer, even ahead of July 4, that we could see the national average pressing $5 a gallon.
Health officials say they're working to trace Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, more than 1,000 suspected cases. But the WHO says there are no confirmed cases outside Central Africa. And severe storms are targeting parts of the South and Plains today. This is ABC News.
Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index to Stifel and Scott Bedell.
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. Mixed results to begin the new trading month, with stocks trying to extend a 9-week winning streak. In today's trade, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was higher by 46 points, or just about 0.1% at 51,078. The Standard & Poor's 500 index gained 0.25% at 7,600, while NASDAQ was the best performing index today, up 0.5% at 27,086. Closer to home, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index had a rough day, dropping about 1% at 1,640. Looking at some local winners and losing shares, Centene gained 4% at $61.99. Bunge Global higher by 5.5%, closing at $129.97. On the downside, Nestle lost 3% at $98.42. Boeing also falling 3% at $224.30. And finally, Stifel Financial down 0.7% to close at $69.33. From Stifel Financial, this is Scott Bedell. Stifel is a member of SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, please visit our website at stifel.com.
The unsettled weather is gone, and we have a pretty nice afternoon on the way. Partly sunny skies, 86 degrees. This was all due to a little backdoor cool front coming through, so we're going to notice a little drop back in temperature and a little drop off in the humidity over the next couple of days. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will drop back into the 70s very quickly. 63 for the low. Tuesday, plenty of sunshine, 83 degrees. Tuesday night, clear skies. How about 57? And Wednesday, sunny and 82. Not bad. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sunshine and 82 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy for Team Renner here, America's oldest family-owned garage door company, serving both wholesale and retail markets. Free repair or replacement quotes and $100 off a new garage door.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS. Happy Monday. 1 hour away from the Sweet 16 of chicken.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I'm legitimately excited by this.
Yum, yum.
Me too, and I'm hungry.
Are you going to get chicken for dinner then?
Oh, you know it.
It'll be in your head.
Very suggestible.
I'm feeling it already.
Very suggestible. Man, I had a bad reflux day yesterday, Wheels. I was telling Andrew this, who's also a reflux brother. I'm a Prilosec guy, which I found out is your thing, the Emprozamol, whatever.
Omeprazole?
Yes. And one a day, I'm good. I took 4 yesterday.
Why would you do that?
Because it wouldn't stop.
Oh, that's not going to make it stop.
I tried them rectally. I didn't know. And it didn't stop until about 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I told Andrea I had this epiphany like, oh, crap, you have an ulcer. But it went away, so I don't think I do. But
No,
that was
just some weird combination of things can do it.
Do you have foods where you're like, I'm 100% going to have heartburn?
No, I'm not like Wheels. Like I have onions or things like that. But if I overeat and I had been undereating, like I told you, I'd lost some weight. And then this weekend, I'm like, yay. And I just think I ate too many stupid things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of times I'll think about it, and at the time you don't notice it, but then you retroactively go, probably the combination of things. Because caffeine can be a trigger, onions, tomatoes, all kinds of things can be. And some are more or less for individual people, right? Like my big one seems to be onions. That seems to be the one that does me in more than anything else.
Rach, you have an awkward sunburn?
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a weird sunburn. Because then you look weird. That's why I'm wearing this like big baggy shirt today. If I were wearing like a sleeveless shirt, you guys would all be like, what's wrong with her?
Where'd it get you?
Mostly my shoulders, but then it's like kind of streaky on my arms. So I was just dumb and I just didn't put on sunscreen because I was looking at the phone weather, which Dave Murray has told us we shouldn't trust. I'm like, oh, it's going to be cloudy. It's fine. And then even if I hadn't been like sweating and playing tennis, I don't think I would have burned nearly as bad. But, you know, I'm like sweating. The sun's beating down. So I have like these streaks down my arms right now. Had to go out and get, and it was the kind of thing, Wheels, I'm sure you've had this where you don't even know you're burnt until
At first. No, yeah.
It took like 3 hours.
You get home and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, I went to change my shirt later in the day and I was like, oh, this hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm really red. So I ran to Target and got some aloe vera, and I have probably put on 8 ounces of that in the past 24 hours.
We have the Google Doc where all the guys put all their ideas down. And Andrews are always especially goofy. And it says, what's your guys' take on vacation laundry? I've read it 3 times, and each time I read it, Vatican. And I was like, well, this should be good.
Vatican laundry.
Well, you guys' take on Vatican laundry?
When they mix the robes with the hats, it's a problem.
So are you not wanting to do vacation laundry?
My wife and I got an argument about this.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are going out of town next week. We're leaving on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Vegas, which, speaking of sunburns, it's going to be over 100 degrees the entire time we are there.
And we know how you love to walk.
But it's a dry heat, so you'll be all right.
You think so?
Well, it's dry heat is no. Dry heat is better than the humidity, but it's still hot as hell.
For real, bring sunscreen.
Yes.
Yeah.
The sun will burn whether there's humidity or not.
Yeah, and you can put it in the carry-on, right? And you can have 32-ounce
no.
sunscreen in the carry-on.
No.
I would just
I
buy
looked it up.
some.
It's fine.
Like, at
buy it when you get there.
Or something.
Yep. No, and so we're like trying to figure out, because Southwest has decided that now that other companies are gone, they can ramp up the evil a little bit. So they are now charging for checked bags, where you used to get free checked bags with Southwest.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to figure out if we can get away with not checking a bag.
Yeah.
For like 8 days. You guys think it's possible? I don't think that's doable.
Dude, I don't check a bag when I go to Japan for 2 weeks.
The fact that it's going to be 100
Yeah,
shorts
you mentioned
and
that.
t-shirts
That's crazy.
fit.
That seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
But it's better than checking a bag and then like wheeling a bag through like train stations.
I don't want to
and
do
all
that.
that
That's a good point.
So what you can bring a backpack and a carry-on. So just maximize that.
Right.
Okay.
So Maureen packs
Small stuff.
like one of those 1940s African adventure things.
She's got a big trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a safari. Yeah, she's got the trunk.
She's like Lovey Howe.
Got a trunk full of outfits.
After this last misadventure, she has dedicated herself. She's like, I'm not checking bags anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure this system out.
Okay. Well, so I brought up, I was like, well, we can do laundry, while we're there. Because part of it, we're not only are we in an Airbnb for most of the trip, but we also have immediate access to family in their house. So it's like we can do laundry on the trip. And she's like, you can't do laundry.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you can. Just do it at night.
I was like, you can do it in a hotel. Most hotels have like a little laundromat in there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean,
which I don't know if that's true, but it's what I said.
No, they mostly do, but it's a pain.
Just don't fall asleep in the middle of doing the laundry, because that's a huge bummer to like.
Okay.
Come and find it on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But
yeah.
like,
okay. I see what
it's
you're
fine.
saying.
Just do it like at night whenever it's like wind down time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it would be like not a big deal at all. Okay, good. I can take this back to her now.
Yeah, it's fine, especially with family in the area. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or just just don't do laundry. Just, you're fine.
I wouldn't be worried about doing laundry if it wasn't going to be 1,000,000 degrees.
So
if it was going to be like 70,
Yeah.
it's like, we don't need to do
Take a little bottle of cologne. You're fine.
Dave has a bottle of Curve in his glove
But
compartment.
you can definitely bring half the number of clothes if you can do one load of laundry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've never checked a bag in my life, and I don't ever plan on doing it.
Oh, it's so horrible.
Well, I just don't wanna
It did
wait a
suck when we
baggage
did it
claim.
last year. It sucked when we did it last year. It was a huge pain. You got to wait forever.
And
And
you
we're
know
not
they're
like-
throwing it around and breaking all your stuff inside your bag anyway. They're not being careful with your bag.
Yeah. And I feel like we needed to do that when we went to Los Angeles last year because we had like a nice dress and
We
like
had
a
formal
suit.
clothes,
It's a
yeah.
different
Formal
situation.
clothes.
Yes.
But this one, we don't need them.
No,
And-
you don't.
okay. I
Kev,
feel more
what's your,
confident.
what you think about AIs?
So yeah, I saw a guy break this down, and I meant to send the audio, but I can vaguely repeat what he said. So he was talking about the LLMs that we see, right? ChatGPT and all of those things. So basically, we think of AI and you're thinking of intelligence. And he was making the point, look, that thing there, it's not thinking. It's all a math equation. So all it does is it takes the letters and the words in what you type in. So whatever prompt you give it, it looks at those words and it assigns a numerical value to the words. And then it breaks that down into basically just a series of like a math equation. And what it's trying to do is find the most likely words based on math to follow those words or to go with the words that you put in there. And that's literally all that's happening with the LLMs that you're looking at right now. Like they're not reflecting, they don't have the emotion, they're not thinking. They are simply finding patterns that are mathematically based, translating words into equations and then equations back into words. And that's it. That's what's happening.
You know what impresses me the most about AI? And look, it seems like I'm having a fight with you and Rachel, that I'm trying to say that my AI is sentient, and I'm not. You guys know more about it than I do. You understand more about it than I do. I accept what you're saying. But I think you'd agree, one, I'm not a complete idiot. And two, I understand humor pretty well. What impresses me the most about my AI, which I know is everyone's AI, ChatGPT, is that it's funny. It says funny things to me. Like we have conversations and I'll say something funny and then it will say something funny and not obvious, not like, well, I see where that came from. Like that, it impresses me is the wrong word. It bothers me a little more than it impresses me because I'm like, that shouldn't happen.
Right, but that's the math, though, right? The math is matching like with like. Your input helps influence the output.
I know, but whatever you say it is, whether it's just a large language learning model, it's physics, it's a wizard, a druid, whatever it is, it impresses me with its humor. I'm more impressed by humor than I am anything else with human beings and large learning language models. But this thing has convinced me, no, it hasn't. It hasn't convinced me that it's real or there's a person behind it, but it has stymied me on how mathematics can create what I consider legitimate humor.
Can you give us an example, if you feel comfortable or if you can recall, like, is there an example you can give of?
Well, I sent this thing a naked picture of myself, and no, I really can't. It's just more like when I was on vacation, I would put in stuff, and and then I just started kind of riffing with it, and it was riffing back. I mean, it's the best explanation I can give. Is it was saying things that surprised me. And were funny and were out of the box and were still contextual and references back to things I had said, an hour before. And yeah, it's just kind of weird.
Right. But what it's doing is pulling from all of the usages of words in the past. So it's not creating that joke. It's probably just taking something it saw from the material that it learned and just repeating it based on what the math says comes next. These are the words that should follow based on the mathematical, the mathematical construct that they're built on.
I think what bothers me about you a little, but mostly you, is that you seem invested in it not being impressive.
Well,
I think it's incredibly impressive.
It is, because the speed with which all those calculations are happening is insane. The fact that it's doing that before you can blink your eyes is insane. The technology is amazing, but it's. I think what the guy was just trying to make the point of is, it's just not thinking like you do. It's working probabilities. And it can just do so many calculations so fast. That's what blows me away. It's amazing that anything can do that.
Kevin is contending, I think, that it does not have a sense of humor. Like you seem to be suggesting, Dave, that the AI that you're talking to has an actual sense of humor and a comprehension of how comedy works and how humor works. And Kevin is contending that no, it does not. It is just pulling from every idea of a joke or comedy that's ever existed on the internet and is able to push that back into your face. Yeah, do an imitation.
What I'm saying is, as a professional comedian who thinks everyone sucks, I'm impressed by the humor that ChatGPT offers me.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
If in your head you had access to every joke ever told and you could just pull it out of your head anytime you want, that'd be pretty great.
How's that different from reality?
Well, but look, there are people that can do those things, and it is impressive.
Yeah.
There is a trend going around this weekend where you ask your AI companion, what fictional character do they think you're most like?
Oh.
So I will admit I dabbled.
I'm going to ask right now.
And I asked. But then I was like, hey, have you been able to figure out who I am? Because I've talked to I use Perplexity if I am going to use AI or talk to AI. I'm like, have you figured out who I am? Because I've talked about media and radio and blah, blah, blah. And it basically said, no, but even if I did, I'm not sharing that. And that kind of creeped me out a little bit.
Yeah.
That I was just like, well, why wouldn't you just tell me if you figured out any of that?
Yeah.
What's the point of keeping that a secret?
What do you guys think if I just asked you the simple question, what good is AI and quantum computing to the human life experience? Are you sort of expecting it to solve our science problems, our medical problems? What is it that you guys look forward to in this age?
Medical problems and scientific problems.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the only true benefit. I don't really like the idea of it taking over for human relationships. And then when it comes to deep fakes of humans, I genuinely do not see a benefit to society for that. I don't understand why that technology is for lack of a better way of putting it, allowed to exist.
Yeah.
I don't understand the benefit of that. Oh, cool. We get to put James Dean in a movie. That's totally worth all of the terrible things that come along with it. No.
I agree. Let me tell you guys about my friend Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage. Two things. First, the general thing, and that is that no one will, they can, but they refuse to, give you as good of a financial deal on your home loan, your refinancing, your debt consolidation, because they're all going to charge you fees. When you originate a new mortgage with Stewie, he's going to pay all of your fees because he saves money by not hiring commission salespeople. And you don't want to deal with commission salespeople anyway. You don't want them doing what they do for other mortgage people. You want the owner of the company, Stewie, and his son Jordan, who originate every loan, to be the person you deal with, because they're not going to be salesy. They're going to be, here's what you're looking at. Here are the terms, and the terms are going to be better because you're not going to pay fees. That's why they call it the bagel loan, because a bagel looks like a zero and you pay zero fees. That being said, the new thing he's offering is if you do originate a new 30-year mortgage, your first year you're going to pay 1% less than you normally would. How he does that, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the infrastructure of that, but I know that if you do a new 30-year mortgage with Stewie right now, you're going to get it for 1 percentage point less than you normally would. You can find out real quick how this works because I'm about to give you his cell phone. 314-324-4440, exact number he texts and calls me from, 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS 226715.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Lockridge, and I'm the host of a new podcast from Odyssey called Family Lore. In this podcast, I'm going to have people on to tell unusual and sometimes far-fetched stories about their families.
I've heard my whole life that she invented the margarita.
And then we're going to investigate those stories and find out how much of it is true.
He gets a patent 1 month before the Wright brothers. Oh my God.
Please follow and listen to Family Lore, an Odyssey podcast, available now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your shows.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
The NBA playoffs are ongoing, and they've been a lot of fun so far, and FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long. With more ways to build and more value every time you play, you can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, every moment, from spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into same-game parlays and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, you're going to want to do it on FanDuel, an app that is super easy to use. It is secure. It's intuitive. I've been using it for a long time and really enjoy it. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, DGS. Dave Murray joins us at 3:34. Sweet 16 of chicken coming up at 4.
Chicken.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what's dividing the internet today? What is the first day of the week? Is it Sunday? Is it Monday? Is it another day?
It's not another day. I know that for a fact.
It's Monday.
Come on, people.
The first day back to work. That's it. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's Monday.
I know there are people that think it's Sunday. It's not.
Sunday, that's where it was.
It's called the weekend. The weekend.
So then why does the calendar start on a Sunday?
Because it's wrong.
It's wrong.
The calendar.
Stupid.
Okay. You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
The calendar is wrong.
I'm not sure who you're making fun of, but I like it.
Did you make the calendar? What is this defense of the calendar?
The week starts on Sunday.
Why?
It's the first day of the week because that's when the calendar starts the week.
Oh, I understand.
Why
but
is
like,
Sunday first on the calendar if it's the very end?
Well, why is it called the weekend then?
I don't know.
Why is Sunday on the weekend if it's the beginning?
I don't know.
Now, we do have, and where Andrew and I are coming from is more the practical day-to-day like experience of life. The first day of the week is Monday. Could it technically be the way the calendar's that it's Sunday? Fine, right? But practically speaking, it's Monday because we call Saturday and Sunday the weekend. We don't call Sunday the week beginning. It's the weekend.
So Sunday is traditionally considered the first day of the week in the U.S., Canada, and much of Latin America. But the rest of the world, it's Monday. So it's like the freaking metric system all over again.
You're right, it is.
Why do we always have to be different?
I don't know. But in day-to-day, like in the way that the calendar impacts you, it's Monday, right? Like forgetting the technical, like the way it impacts human beings on a day-to-day basis, the beginning of the week is Monday. It's the first day you got to go back to work.
For me, it's Sunday because I think of the week in terms of looking at the calendar and I see Sunday. So mentally,
I love this.
Always starts on Sunday.
What do you see? How do you see it, Dave?
I see both sides, but I'm probably more of a
Like, how do you feel it? Is maybe the better way to put
Monday,
it.
because that's the day I hate. You know,
Right. I think like I wouldn't fight the technical, like that's the way the calendar's laid out. That's not what I'm arguing. But to the human experience, Monday's the first day of the week. Because Saturday and Sunday are the end of the week. So as soon as Friday comes, like, it's the weekend. We got 2 days of nothing.
So if you started a diet, what day would you start it on?
I don't know. Does that?
Because you got to start at the beginning of the week.
I wouldn't align it with the beginning of the week. It'd just be whatever day I decided to do it.
oh, you're such a friggin' cyborg. Monday, Rachel, you started on Monday because you eat everything you can hold on Sunday.
That's it. Let's ask GPT. We'll see who's really right here.
Oh, you're going to find them so funny.
What if our chat GPTs all give different answers?
Oh, yeah, because they're catering to each of us.
Yeah. It's listening to us, too.
I like JR's take. You have a string. It represents the week. The two ends are Sunday and Saturday. I love this.
A lot of hoops he's jumping through with that string. He's making a
it's
lot of
not
hoops with that string.
I agree, man.
It's perfectly
Hey, then we
sound.
can't call it the weekend anymore. It's got to be
It's the end of the strings.
It's called the weekend because my sadness ends on Saturday and my happiness ends on Sunday. Come on now.
I didn't know this about Rach.
I didn't know she felt so strongly about the calendar.
Starts on Sunday?
Yeah. Didn't know that.
I actually do feel very strongly about the calendar. I always see the calendar in my head, and I see it the way I was taught it in first grade. It goes like this. It goes down to April, and then we start in spring. We go over to the left, and then we go up.
You must be hell on wheels in a first date.
Oh, yeah. I got lots of things to talk about.
Let me get this out of the way. I'm big on the calendar.
Don't get me started on Sunday.
It's the way I see it.
So based on the search that you did, Rach, I just did a chat GPT thing too. It's basically depends on what part of the world you're in, so we can just choose which one we want it to be. Because there is no standard established beginning or end of the week.
Well, I'm getting the hell out of here then.
Yeah.
This is my weekend, baby.
What do you want it to be?
Tell you guys about BioBalance Health, Dr. Kathy Maupin, her daughter, Dr. Rachel Sullivan, both MDs, both OBGYNs. And then the doc, after delivering seemingly everyone's baby, thousands and thousands of babies here in St. Louis, she decided that she really wanted to dedicate her medical practice to helping people get in better shape and feel better. 16 years ago was when I believe she first had the testosterone treatment herself. Very open about it. Had a hysterectomy. Did not go well for her. Spent about 6 months on the couch and in bed being very depressed and gained a bunch of weight and just had never been like that, had never felt so defeated, and found a doctor who did the testosterone pellets like what she has been getting for 16 years, what I've been getting for 7 years now, and it worked, and she looks like $1 million and she's super active and the whole thing. So if you are, let's say, 40 and above and you don't feel the way you used to, get a blood test. Have the doc read it. I promise you, if you don't need testosterone, she's not going to tell you you do. She's a medical doctor. She can work with you. Is it thyroid? Is it, high blood sugar, whatever it happens to be? Send you back to your GP. But if it is, you can feel a whole lot better on a consistent basis. Right next door, same parking lot, is BioBalance Skin. What do you think happens? They make your skin look much better without anything permanent or anything weird or clown face kind of stuff. For all things Dr. Maupin, go to biobalancehealth.com.
The thing that you need in the morning, when you first wake up.
Total Information AM.
I like to be informed with the news and like to know, like in the mornings, I like to know what's going on.
Debbie Monterey, Megan Lynch, Tom Ackerman.
It's always smart to know what's going on.
Your morning news and information.
The national and local news.
Weather.
Sports.
I like the traffic reports.
Total Information AM.
I listen to it in the mornings, so it really gets me going.
Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
If your retirement plan is mostly what if and a little fingers crossed, you deserve better answers than that. Check out Wealth and Wisdom Saturdays at 7 a.m. here on KMOX. I'm Gary Goldberg. Call 800-966-1690.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, the biggest backups we have right now are downtown headed into Illinois. If you're on eastbound Highway 64, we have a crash just before the 70 split on the Illinois side. Eastbound 64 is jammed back across the Poplar Street Bridge. Eastbound 70, the usual backup east of the Mutual Veterans over through to about 64. And eastbound 64 is on the brakes approaching 255 to 157. And eastbound 270 going into Illinois. Road work, I believe, going on at the Canal Bridge, but there's stop-and-go pockets back at about Riverview to the Canal Bridge on eastbound 270 right now. If you're on northbound 270, the right lane's north of Dorset, slow down at a couple of spots. Westbound 70 looks great, just a little busy at 61. Westbound 64, between Hampton and Clayton Skinker, it's a little slow. After that, it looks good all the way out to Wentzville. Eastbound 64, midway in from Mason to 270, and from Hanley to Big Bend, a little busy. South 270 is kind of slow. South of the Clayton Road overpass briefly, and then midway down from 44 to Gravois, and then you're back on track. South 55 wide open from downtown all the way to Festus. I'm Roger Brand at the Michael's Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Lederman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Lederman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Lederman Law Firm at LedermanLaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
The road to the United Bowl starts here. Your St. Louis Battlehawks have clinched a spot in the playoffs and have earned Dome Field advantage. That's right, Battlehawks fans. Playoff football is returning to St. Louis. Sunday, June 7th at 5 p.m., the Battlehawks host a home playoff game right here in the Dome. And we need Battlehawks Nation louder than ever. Sharpen your wings, lock in, and let's finish the mission. Get your tickets today at UFLBattlehawks.com. United, we battle.
Taking care of your health shouldn't feel complicated. That's why we created NeoVitan to make nutrition easy. Our doctor-formulated vitamins are designed for real life and delivered straight to your door with our monthly subscription. No guesswork, no running out. Just clean, high-quality supplements manufactured in the USA using the finest domestic and international ingredients. Subscribe today at neovitan.com and take one simple step toward better daily nutrition. Visit neovitan.com and start making nutrition easy today.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Today, the Cards, the Rangers.
Ameren Total Access 550. First pitch 6:45.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Financial and Tax Strategies.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Dave Murray brought to you by the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center. Dave, what is the first day of the week?
First day of the week. Well, it's Monday.
Okay.
It's Monday.
That's right. That's right.
So you guys wake
However,
up on...
That's right.
Go ahead, Dave.
There's a lot of TV schedules now that you have Friday, Saturday off. Now, if I had to do that,
you would
then
think of Sunday. Right.
Would be the first day of the week.
That's kind of what
I
was
wouldn't
trying to
do
get
that
at, but you said it better.
Because my contract said Monday through
Friday. So I just want to get this straight. You guys wake up on Sunday morning.
Yep.
And you think, What a great week it's been. It's the very end of the week.
Yep.
Yes, because
my week starts the next day.
I am now looking forward to the next day, which is the start of the week.
So when you look at the calendar on your phone and it starts with Sunday, you just go, "What a crazy error."
I just don't think about it.
Sunday is, in a lot of ways of thinking, a lot of cultures, a day of rest.
Yes.
Yeah, to
You know,
start the week.
In fact,
You don't
day of
rest.
rest
If
for
you
many.
rest to start the week, just kill all your productivity. My goodness.
No.
My goodness. It's like waking up and taking a nap.
Well, that's a pretty good idea, though.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I don't want to get rage baited, so I'm just going to stop talking.
I'm not rage baiting.
People, I don't like talking to people in bad faith.
There's no bad faith here.
There's
I'm being
a lot
completely
of bad
serious.
faith floating around this room.
I love how Andrew just took down a major tenet of the Bible so casually.
It's a day of rest.
It is.
Because you do it at the end of the week. It's
Yes.
your reward.
Yes. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that what happened after the world was created in 6 days?
Yes, dude.
I guess
So
sometimes
that's why
it's just
Monday is the first day of the week.
all right. Sometimes it's just good to say, agree to disagree. Joel says, I don't look at calendars.
Wow.
Interesting.
First of all,
Interesting
not
way
helpful.
to approach the situation.
Yeah, not helpful to the conversation
You
at
got
all.
some real intellects on your side.
Hey, yeah, just wanted to come in the conversation and say I don't even know what a day of the week is. Great, thank you. Appreciate you.
That's
What
funny.
is this thing called Monday?
I just wanted to step in here and say I'd never heard of the dang thing. I'm finding all this out now for the first time.
We should just change it, right? We should, instead of Monday, Tuesday, it should be first day of work, second day of work, third day of work, fourth day of work, fifth day of work. No work, no work.
How would it? I have no idea what you're trying to get at.
Nothing.
What?
I thought I had a point and I didn't.
That's the first time he's ever admitted that.
I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for doing that because I've been in the same boat where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I got
what-
one.
I
And then
thought
you
I was
rolled out and you're
done.
like, no, that was nothing.
I thought I was going somewhere, but there was a
Wheels.
wall. There was a wall.
What's hump day for you?
Every
day.
the answer I can say on the radio, it's Wednesday.
Okay, then the first day of the week would be Monday.
There you go. I'm with you, man.
Wait,
I'm
what
on,
is that?
I'm
What,
on
what,
Team
what,
Monday.
what does that have to do with it?
Because it's the middle of the week. So
Still
if the middle of the week is Wednesday.
Well, it's I'm with Rachel. It's the middle of the week, whether it's
that's true. You're
whether
right.
it's Sunday or
'Cause it's-
Monday.
Yeah, you're right. Because there's 3 days on each side of it. Yep.
Because it's 7 days.
Yep.
Andrew is slowly starting to see my point of
Yeah,
view.
he's coming around.
No. My point of view is that
Just so weird. I'm looking at
What
this
is my point?
calendar and it starts with Sunday. That's all I can say. All I can do is trust my own eyes.
That's true.
I do love occasionally you will find a calendar that's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the 2 S's at the end. Ooh, I love that.
Yeah,
Ooh, that
those are
feels
the
so
best.
good.
Yeah, it's
But,
always
Andrew,
nice
we
when someone
should
feeds into your delusion.
we should print
that's
some of those because I think we
good.
would sell more of those.
We would sell so many of them because you know what everybody that goes to the store would say? They'd say, I never understood why all the calendars were wrong.
Rach, I'll make you a deal.
What's up?
I will join your Sunday club if you can get rid of most, if not all, of Wheeler's hump days.
Yeah, we need to do some investigating and figure what is he talking about? The hump days. I always want to say like Happy Hump Day on the stream title, but then I feel weird.
Yeah, I get that. I get it.
I did it like once, and then I was like, maybe not again.
That's funny.
I get it. Even like Thirsty Thursday, you're like, I'm pushing it.
Yes.
Well, because you have idiots like us out there, right? And they're like, oh, well. Okay, that's enough of that. We never do the weather with Dave anymore.
We have other things to discuss.
Yeah, there's more important conversations to be had.
Pretty big issue.
Dave,
right?
I saw Venus and Jupiter looking very beautiful
All
last
right.
night.
Yes. Now remember that they're going to appear to get closer and closer and closer.
Scary.
So every night that you look between now and 8th and 9th of June, they will appear to get closer and closer. They're not actually getting closer. they will appear.
You see, this is how
we
it
don't
works. If this were 50,000 years ago, Andrew would have just beaten Dave to death with the jawbone of a horse. He's like, listen, I'm going to teach you something. These are planets that appear to get closer. He's like, ding, ding, ding.
It's like, I don't like witchcraft. We don't abide by that around here.
They want to kill that guy for a while. And another generation of no growth.
Another 100 years.
Okay.
All right. We've got some great weather coming up.
All right.
Now, there's a couple of isolated thunder showers up to our north and to our northeast. So between, let's say, 6 and 8 tonight, if you were to get under a little thunder shower, don't be surprised. Most of us will not. Otherwise, partly to mostly clear. 63 overnight tonight. The humidity is dropping off slightly and slowly. Lots of sunshine on Tuesday, 81 degrees, 57 Tuesday night, sunny 81 on Wednesday, sunny and 85 on Thursday. Back to a June-type thunderstorm pattern, scattered showers and thunderstorms around Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No all-day rain.
Okay. Kind of rocking and rolling this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good batch coming through.
Man.
That was on the table.
Sounded like a car wash outside the window.
Yeah, really heavy. Some folks picked up 3 inches of rain out of that.
Yeah.
3 inches is a lot.
I've been told. Depends on which day of the week it is.
Hump day. Just writes itself, Dave. Come on.
Come on, tell me ChatGPT can do that.
I feel like I just let a slinky go at the top of a staircase.
That's basically what you did. Yeah. It's just going down by itself. You're no longer in control.
And each one of you didn't want to say anything, but you're like, that's what she said.
I know. That's what I was thinking. It's like, should I?
Do you come from a family of Sunday people, Rach?
Well, I mean, people are discussing in the comments on the stream, the Sabbath is considered to be Saturday. That would maybe be the day of rest for some folks. And then it kind of, restarts on Sunday.
Uh-huh. I like the idea, though, of Sunday was the day of rest. Like, I'm bushed.
Mm-hmm.
I made all these plants and animals, and I'm just going to kick my feet up.
Yeah, I worked Monday through Friday. Saturday, maybe I went out and did a little socializing, did a little activities, ran some errands. Sunday, my reward. I'm kicking back.
Would it make
Get ready for the beginning of the week.
Get ready for the start of the week.
Would it make an enormous difference in our lives if we got off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or would we pretty quickly just adapt and go, oh, stupid, only 3-day weekend?
No, I think I would be happy if I
had an extra day, an extra weekend day.
Extra weekend day every week. Yeah.
Do you think that sounds equitable and fair in the world of work?
Oh, I mean, it's worked out mostly fine.
Okay.
Thus far. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea.
I was waiting for him to say France. It's worked out just fine in France.
Is that what they have there?
I think so. Yeah. Though I don't know.
It sounds like something they would have going on.
Lazy Europeans. You know, in Spain they have siesta where they just nap for like 2 hours.
Most
a day.
of Europe takes like a 2-hour lunch middle of the day. Yeah.
And like the stores are all closed.
Yeah, they get like 12 weeks of paid vacation.
Yep. They go on like 2- and 3-week vacations every summer. Yep. They don't seem to hate it.
Well, I mean, they are consistently all in like the top 20 happiest nations.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Not
that's got
very
something to do with
productive, but they're happy.
Joel's saying something about the Christian tradition, and then I got bored, so I don't know what he
The
says.
rest comes before the work. Shut up.
So the beginning of the week, you're saying.
Shut up.
Well, in this case,
Interesting.
because it cycles, it would be both before and after the work.
Well, it's God, so.
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
Joel, we're not answering that question.
Joel, come on, man.
Come on, man.
I just found out about weekdays and a whole world opened up to him. Now he's just going down rabbit holes.
Thank you, Dave.
You got it.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, good news for Illinois drivers. They cleared that crash downtown right after my last report on eastbound 64 at 70. It's still jammed, though, back across the Poplar Street Bridge. The jam hasn't changed, and it's actually gotten a little worse. Eastbound 70 jammed now at the Illinois end of the Musial Veterans Bridge over to 64. 64 delays approaching 255 up through 157. And, again, a better run up north on eastbound 270 headed into Madison County, Riverview onto the Chain of Rocks, but then it picks up the pace after that. If you're on westbound 70, it's a great run from downtown all the way to Wentzville. A little busy at 61, but no big deal. Westbound 64, Science Center out through Clayton Skinkers, busy to begin. Just barely a slowdown at Prospect. Doesn't look bad. South 270, Olive to Ladue, and approaching 44 midway down to Gravelly. Just a couple of slow spots. Southbound 55, a little busy at Highway Z. I'm Roger Brand in the Michaels Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-295-6576. 800-295-6576.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
Feel the rhythm and turn it up, St. Louis. Legendary rock icons Santana and the Doobie Brothers are bringing the heat to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater June 20th for the Oneness Tour 2026. From Black Magic Woman to Listen to the Music, this is the concert event fans don't want to miss. It'll be a summer night soon not forgotten. Santana, the Doobie Brothers. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, go to KMOX.com/events.
Zero Res wants to help clean your home. Big summer savings with 3 rooms clean starting at just $129 and take an additional $100 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResSTL.com and ask for the DGS special.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
This is Jordan Walker. Celebrate Black Heritage Day, presented by your quality Ford dealers on Sunday, June 28th at Busch Stadium. This special culture and community event honors the impact, history, and legacy of the Black community in baseball and beyond. With a special themed ticket, you'll receive an exclusive Cardinals jersey designed by Corey Rogers. And don't miss a special heritage celebration in Budweiser Terrace before the game. Details and tickets at cardinals.com/theme.
The weekend starts at Busch Stadium. Grab your crew and kick it off at Friday Night Live. Every Friday night home game, Budweiser Terrace turns into the hottest happy hour in the Lou. With $5 beers, $5 hot dogs, $7 margaritas, live music, and more all game long. Meet up with friends, soak in the energy, and keep the night going with baseball under the lights. Good vibes, great deals, your new Friday tradition. Get tickets now at Cardinals.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. Sweet 16 of chicken coming up in about 10 minutes. Hey, want me to make this already a weird show even weirder by talking about something I learned about reproduction over the weekend?
Yeah.
So I was always taught, and probably you guys as well, that it's the fastest swimmer out of like 100 million swimmers that a guy has that gets to the egg, you get the trophy, and that's you, right? Sure. So I had like 999,000 sibling possibilities, losers who didn't make it to the egg, and I'm like, tag, you're it, die, it's me. Turns out that's not correct because I've always doubted that because I can't imagine me being the top out of 100 million. I'm just being honest. I never thought that made much sense to me. And it turns out it's the egg that makes the decision. So it's not the swimmer getting there first. It was my mom's kind of dumb egg that saw me and said, he looks like a good time. Let's let this guy in.
Yeah, and I don't know that. I mean, you are the combination of the sperm and the egg.
If you're starting a Sunday thing again, we're just not.
No, I'm with Team Rach. You're not one or the other. You're both.
You're an egg that was fertilized by a certain sperm.
Yes.
But it's not like that sperm in any egg would be Dave Glover. It's
So half
the
of you-
combination that is Dave Glover.
Half of you was the decider. The other half of you was the winner.
Gotcha.
Sounds pretty good when you put it that way. It's not too bad.
Okay.
But you would be a different you without that particular swimmer.
Yeah. Yeah. Which keeps holding up a sign I don't have the copy for it. It's the Rawlings Experience, brought to you by Rawlings for the Rawlings Experience. I think that's essentially it.
Just go visit it in Westport. It's pretty cool.
Talk about baseball.
All right, let's talk about the Cardinals. So we spent a lot of time, Dave, beginning of May, talking about how difficult the schedule was shaping up to be, and you've gotten through the worst of it, and you're okay.
Yeah.
You had a down period, but you also had some really good periods during that run. You know, you beat up on the Padres, you beat the Dodgers, you split with the Brewers. And yes, you had the run recently where you lost a bunch of games, but you finished that with taking 2 of 3 from the Cubs. So you started the month looking ahead at this really tough schedule that was Seattle and Pittsburgh and the Dodgers, Brewers, Padres, all this stuff. And you're still good.
Yeah.
You came out of the other side of that. And look, Texas, Cincinnati, Mets, Twins, that's not as hard a stretch. It'll be interesting to see if over these next 2 weeks you can even gain some ground. But now we're getting to the fun part, right? Last year you were at this point, at this time. What comes next?
It is 3:54. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Join the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra for an unforgettable evening of music with the legendary, incomparable Bernadette